Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
And I'm Tiffany.
We're trying this out again. This is a different set. I had a few extra hours today, and so and not really like I had nothing to do in those hours, but I wanted to try something. Don't get attached to this version.
I'm not a fan.
Well, the problem is like we have all these awesome pieces, and they just like because they are encased in a plastic frame, the light bounces off of them.
Yeah, I don't think this is it.
We're not wild about it. The angle's not great.
I'm not wild about it.
It's not 100%. I wasn't necessarily 100% sold on it, but I was like, let's see what she thinks, and we'll.
She does not like it.
She doesn't like it, but hey, you know what? I also tried. You mentioned pop filters. The pop filters that we have are only for arms. They don't fit around this guy because they're like thin. They attach to like square flat surfaces. They do not attach to these. You're pointing to things that they do not attach to.
I think they would fit.
They wouldn't. I already tried it.
I
disconnected them. I tried to connect them.
I have made many a pop filter like brute force.
Right. I'm not going to brute force them. I'll just get us a new.
What
I'm thinking is either we're going to have arms in the next set. Either we'll have the arms or we'll have a pop filter that attaches to the cylindrical arm.
Okay.
But again, this is for the audio listeners out there.
Yeah,
you're like, I don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
You don't know.
No, but you should. You should swing by youtube.com/ComicPop Returns and check out the live show because it is a lot of fun on Monday nights around 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I say 6:30, but realistically speaking, it's after 6:45. But
it should have been 6:30 today. But I was like, I was like, this isn't what I had in my head when I suggested.
So we tried a couple of different variations.
I was like, I gotta fix this, and I couldn't. So we just had to go.
Exactly.
We just had to go. There was no. I couldn't fix this.
Yeah.
Right now.
I'm right now.
And probably to you all, you're like, it's fine.
Yeah,
but
you're like,
I'm like, no, this is.
I'm just here to watch you guys talk about comics.
This ain't it.
Yeah, no,
this ain't it for me.
But and I don't think we're. I think it's good because we're checking things off.
Yes.
And we're like, all right, the picture thing didn't work out.
No,
the other set I like better, but I also, there's some issues that I have with that. Like the shelf we have is a little too small for that wide an angle.
I know. No, I have thoughts. I just need the time to play. And this weekend was not. This weekend was jam-packed. Yeah, with activities.
Normally,
there were so many activities.
That's true.
River rafting. I went to American Dream Mall. I escaped from the incoming traffic for a Jonas Brothers concert.
Yes.
So
and more or less, and of course we were hosting. So it was,
yes.
It was.
I got to tell you that Jonas Brothers traffic. The people attempting to get away from it were acting like if they didn't, they would die.
Yeah, they were escaping like lava flow.
Yes, I was like, we can all just leave together, and they were like, move.
Me.
The ferry is leaving. I have to.
I'm the last lifeboat off the Titanic.
And I'm like, no, you're not. We're all in a car, and we can all get out.
Right.
It'll be like, let's join hands and leave together.
And there's a finite amount of cars. Eventually, we'll all get out.
Yes. No, that was unnecessarily like stressful, but fine. It was fun.
This is a comic book show where we take the comic books of the past week, recap them, review them, tell you what we thought about them, and then recommend comics that are coming out this week that we think you should check out. The way the format of the show works, we talk about some news. There isn't really that much to get into, so we're going to skip that portion. But then we're going to get into the books. Then we pick our book of the week. And of course, throughout the show, if you want to sponsor today's show, you can do so by using SuperChats. Ask a question or comment. We'll read it here on the show to be part of the show forever. You'll be like the third host of the show by commandeering it for us to share your.
And just picture, you're right here.
You're right in the center.
You're right in this space.
Your face here.
Your face is right
but
here.
yeah, so feel free to share those as well, and we will have a whole segment dedicated just for you and
just
your
to
questions.
You.
That's right.
Our viewers.
At least for a finite amount.
For a few moments.
For a few fleeting moments. That's right.
But aren't those great?
But yeah. Besides that, I guess we can just jump into the comic books.
Yeah.
Like Tiffany's suggestion from last week, I got some wireless devices.
Yes.
You'll see there's fewer machines on the table than last
I still
time.
Have my thing.
The laptop, the iPad is fine. That's
like
smart.
it.
That's a useful tool.
You don't know what I'm doing back here.
No, it's true, but I can see, and I will tell you.
Books.
It's just comic books.
I'm ordering food.
She's just reading comic books. Reading comic books and ordering
I'm
food.
playing Stardew Valley. We
exactly.
don't. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I'm excited to talk about comics, so we will now. And hey, we also got this back. Look at that.
Hey, we're back.
We're back, baby. Part 2 of Thunder War of 3, by the way. Only 3 parts.
Maybe I move in here, and then I don't have to move in as much.
How about that?
Look at that, and then I can still talk to you.
Yeah, that's right.
If I want to.
Yeah, you could cheat a little bit to the audience, but also right here.
I'm cheating to the audience, but I'm looking at Sal.
Yeah. That's not bad. Yeah, this is coming together. Anyway, this is Thunder War, or rather Storm, number 11. and I have the creative team right here in front of me. If I just had my druthers, I'd pull it up. But I wasn't sure actually what book I was going to talk about until I opened it.
Marewa
Iodele and Carlos Fabian Villa and Mario Santoro did the art for this particular issue. This is fun. And it's like the weirdest book because like Tiffany isn't reading it and there's like no good reason for it because this book is about the Marvel cosmos. It's about magic. It's about
I didn't know it was about magic,
myth and legend.
I knew it was about the cosmos, which is why I was like, meh.
Yeah, and
also,
gods
like,
and mythology.
I was kind of, let's be honest, was I a little butthurt from the end of like
Krakoa? This is the only thing that's talking about it anymore. The only book on the stands that talked about that. I
sort of assumed it wasn't doing that.
I mean, it's not going to only because it can't, because Tom Brevoort's the editor of this book now.
Yeah.
And he would rather everybody remember things back from the 80s.
Well,
everything except for the stuff that you love.
That.
Except for this. This is one of the best. This is, again, now the best X-Men book out there right now.
Okay.
Certainly better than the other solo titles out there from X-Men. But still, yeah, so we got this really fun book. Basically, the gods are debating whether they should get involved, what side they should get on, and whether they should back a universal reboot or whether they should help Storm fight eternity, or rather, not really eternity, but like this storm god that's coming and unleashing black winters on everybody. It's funny because you see like the pantheon of thunder gods, and like Beta Ray Bill is among them, and he's like, "Let's help Storm," and the rest of them are like, "No, Horseman," and he's like, all right, I'm going to bring it. And it's just great. It's a great representation for Bill.
Okay.
R.I.P. Maggot. But yeah, great stuff. Galactus is playing a pivotal role. He's involved in all of this. Eternity,
As
Infinity.
He should be, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he was like felled and dropped on Earth.
I see.
But yeah, good stuff. If you like the Marvel pantheon, if you like Marvel mythology, cosmology, if you like all that stuff, you're gonna love this. If you like Storm as a character, she's fun, but she's not the central focus. Like, she is the driving force, but she's not. It's not all about Storm. It's about everything, and it's a very Marvel comic book. But definitely worth checking out. I love this series. It's a lot of fun, and has it's
what's up with the hippo? Other than it's the deadliest animal.
Yeah, well, obviously it's the deadliest animal that Storm has.
And but sort of cute with its little ears.
Yeah, and they're cute marshmallow teeth. She has a hippo in the menagerie that she has on her base in Atlanta.
Yes.
I don't think she actually rides a hippo in the book, so I will say the cover is a bit of a lie.
Right, but I mean, it is pretty badass because,
You wouldn't think it. You wouldn't think, oh, my ride will be a mount, if you will. Is a hippo, but it still manages to be cool and intimidating.
Sure.
Maybe even like a little bit deceptive. Like you think, oh, that's not terribly offensive / threatening.
Right.
And then he crushes your head like a watermelon.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. It sounds great when they do put a watermelon in there and they do crush it. Like, that sounds awesome.
Makes a great crushing sound.
Yeah, so if you like ASMR, I guess that wouldn't be bad if that was the way you went, I suppose. I don't know. By the way, in Marvel Rivals,
yes,
they there's like a
do
Spider-Man.
They have? Yeah.
No, there's a Spider-Man line, I think, where he's talking to Thor and he's like asking about the different Thors. And he's like, do they have the horse one? And I'm like, okay, so the Marvel Rival guys are clearly aware of Beta Ray Bill. Yeah. Are we gonna get a Beta Ray Bill skin?
I mean,
because he probably doesn't have the same. You're not gonna have Beta Ray Bill and Thor. They're gonna have the same power.
You can't have two characters who do the same thing.
But they could just make that skin.
Yes, they could do that thing. But Beta Ray Bill is also just he's demonstrably not Thor. But it would be cool to see.
But they don't know. In video game, people won't know.
But these Marvel Rival guys do their homework.
They do, but they also make stuff up.
Yeah, that's
They definitely changed the origin for the King in Black, and I do like it better.
Right. Well,
with the whole Hela thing, I was like, that's cooler.
Yeah, I agree.
Just saying. He's like, I'm not a horse, by the way.
No, he's not. No, Beta Ray Bill is not a horse.
I know. They are a noble creature.
But he does resemble the noblest of creatures, thanks to Walt Simonson. Tim and I both read Ultimate Wolverine, of course.
By Chris Condon with art by Alessandro Cappuccio.
Yes, and it's funny because you talk about Alessandro's art and the evolution thereof in your upcoming episode of Back Issues on Moon Knight.
Sure did.
Great timing because the massive boycott of YouTube is coming this Wednesday. So...
we're boycotting YouTube?
Yeah, apparently everybody's because of the age verification requirement that YouTube is instilling. And it's interesting because there's a huge...
like you have to be a certain age?
Yeah, you got to submit your credentials. You have to submit like a photo ID, like an official sanctioned photo ID in order to like have a YouTube account. I know.
There's a lot of me that hates that, and then part of me that's like, I understand.
Right.
Trying to get rid of the bots.
Yeah. Remember when Google Plus was required to be integrated on YouTube and everyone's username was just their full name?
Well, maybe the episode comes out on Tuesday.
Maybe. Or Thursday. I'm not sure what day it should come out, but maybe Wednesday is not the best time.
I'm thinking that's not. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We'll
that
see.
sucks. I was really excited about that episode.
I know. Me too.
It's always when I host something that something goes down.
Sure.
Okay.
So the you talk a lot about Alessandro Capuccio's development and his evolution.
Yes.
And man, yeah, you're right, because I was looking through volume 1. And yeah, it is rough.
It's rough when it sings.
When it works, it sings. It is so you can see the skill. The skill is there, and you can see what he's reaching for. With Ultimate Wolverine, he's already been there.
Yeah.
Like it would trick you if you were reading this and then went back to Moon Knight. You go, well, this is the same guy?
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That being said, the new artist on Moon Knight is also doing a great job.
Just a different artist this week.
Yes, it's a different artist this week.
But I think it's a fill-in from the past. That we had.
Yeah. But we're here to talk about Ultimate Wolverine. For the story's purposes, Team Wolverine breaks into a facility. They find Archangel. The end. Like, that's the book.
The book is that, and the book is also like
it's about Wolverine being introspective and reflective.
Like we got to do the whole Wolverine thing.
Well, he's like, the whole series has been about Wolverine being like, am I more than the sum of my parts? Do I deserve redemption? That's what this issue in particular is about, and it's mirrored by Archangel having been already manipulated by it. And I like the idea that this book seems to imply. And by linking characters who are metal-based and mutants with adamant, I want to believe that Archangel is made of adamantium, or at least that his weaponry is, but at least the metal motif is there.
The metal motif is there. I think it's also that there is an element to what they're doing to these people, to these mutants, that, I mean, they're people, but like
it's torture. Like they're torturing them, they're manipulating them.
Exactly.
They're breaking them down.
And so it's like when you see like Archangel, he is like less of a is that a guy?
Well, and it's interesting, they turn them into animals, or at least some kind of a
non-human creature
thing. To make them other, to make them less than.
Did I absolutely love the drop of calling him a horseman? Yeah.
Oh, I love that too. That was great. Yes. All lowercase, because there's no reference to those characters.
Now, did you look up at all at the end when they're listing off like code names for things? Like, did you consider any of them?
No, I didn't.
One of them's Mimic, and so I have to assume that's Mystique.
That could be. I think Mystique has already appeared.
Okay, then I guess it's
in
not
flashbacks. Mystique. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember, because
it's Morph. Maybe
it could be Morph. That would make sense. Yeah,
it could be Morph.
Or no, there is actually an X-Men named Mimic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's less exciting because
that is less exciting, and he's pretty.
That's only less exciting because it leaves less of a mystery, and I do like the old mystery there.
Yeah, no, it's just Mimic.
There's one called Kostny Mozg, which is I think Russian for marrow.
Oh, well, there we go.
So I was like, that's neat.
That is neat.
I like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, no, I remember I had Mimic's trading card.
Yeah.
And he has a big M on his chest, and he can like make wings like Archangel, like Angel.
That makes, well, it's just funny because they're like, they went to so much effort to like hide marrow.
Yeah.
And then the other word that's there is like related to sleep, and I really couldn't put together who that might.
I don't know.
Be.
Yeah.
I get like dreams or something. I don't know. Right. Like I was trying to make that happen in my brain, but like I assumed because of the first one that all of them were a little more hidden than the surface level.
Yeah, no.
But I guess maybe not, or maybe yes. Who knows? I mean, I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna ever actually meet them.
No, I had a funny moment at San Diego Comic-Con where I was wandering the halls, or rather the main floor, and I came upon Condon's booth. He was wedged in some like near the dice, and there was one person manning the booth, and I was like, "Excuse me, are you Chris Condon?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, he's like getting lunch. He'll be back in a little while." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm like, and he really copped an attitude, this person, because he was probably a creator as well.
Sure.
And I was like, "I'm sorry. By the way, like I don't know what everybody looks like. That's why. Like Chris Condon's relatively new. To me, so I don't really know what everybody looks like. Are you a creator as well?" He goes, "It doesn't matter."
Like, no, it does.
And I'm like, "No, really? Who are you?" And he's like, "No." So I have no idea who that was.
Oh.
But also, like, that's really on you, man. Like, I'm sorry. I would have loved to have known who you were ahead of time. I didn't. if you had told me the names are really what I know, for the longest time I didn't know what Walt Simonson looked like until someone snapped a photo and I was like, oh, what a kindly adorable grandpa character.
When we were in New York Comic Con last year, I think it was last year that I got a Cy Spurrier signing. I went up to the table with our moderator, and we're looking at the table, and I'm like, there's two guys.
There's two dudes here. Which one's Cy? You should have asked me because I interviewed him at least during that time.
But I didn't.
You didn't.
Like,
you weren't there.
Nearby. You were in another
That's
line.
right. I wasn't even there.
You were in a totally different line. It was just us. And I'm like,
I wasn't even there.
And I was like, I don't know. Maybe that's not him.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the other person who's supposed to be signing.
Right. You don't want to go up there and be like, which one of you is Cy Spurrier?
And there was like no line.
Right. So it's only going to be you.
So I'm like, so like we're trying to like search and there's like no internet down there. And like I'm trying to find any photo and they're both, the people who were talking were both British.
Oh, even better.
So that was not fun. But we figured it out. And but we got there. So it's like I understand. Nobody wants to be insulted and like have somebody think you're somebody else.
No.
Like, I get it. That sucks. That feeling. But it's like we're not doing it on purpose.
No, we're not.
We just don't know.
Well, and that's been the longest.
And I feel like it'd be creepier if I was just like,
hey, I know who you are.
Yeah, I know.
I stalk your
Facebook
Facebook or something. Like
it's like there are certain people where it's just like, you recognize it. Like Greg Capullo's whole brand is
his face. It's his mustache. Like if he's got the handlebar mustache, it's probably Greg Capullo.
Right. Like if you see Frank Miller's hat, you're like, oh, look, there's Frank Miller.
There's Frank.
Like there's just some creators who have like a thing.
Yeah, they have like an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Or a brand,
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway,
but
yeah, the book. I'm sorry, the book was quite good.
Oh, and it's great looking art. There was a fantastic, spectacular action sequence where Archangel murders at least two fun characters that we were introduced to. It was like an issue ago.
It was like beautiful and like horrifying.
Tragic, yeah.
And like the design, like Capuccio's design for
Archangel's great.
I love it. It's so scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's so scary, but it's so his thing where it's just like Cappuccio handles a lot of like between panels, fine, whatever. Like here's a conversation, here's a whatever. They're fine.
Yeah,
they're fine.
His panel works good.
His panel work when it is a splash page,
yes,
and like a character is like supposed to have like a big bombastic moment.
Nails it.
Yeah, especially when they're dark.
Yes,
and scary,
and
like
plunged in shadow.
Yeah, like he handles his shadows well. Like it's not because he's hiding; it's because he thinks it's cool looking. And I'm like,
and he's right. He's right.
But like good stuff, like scary. It's fun for them to realize that, like the team to realize that it's like Wolverine is not the biggest problem they have. Like as Winter Soldier, like he was probably special in terms of how he survived it.
Yes.
And that others will not be so fortunate as they find others who are like part of this program, if they do.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm wondering how long this series will last.
Yeah, because I know that the universe is ending soon. So
I can't tell if we're kind of racing towards it. Luckily, at least the story that they have that Condon has to tell has a bit of like a rush to it.
Yes.
They're trying to save people.
And that's great also because Wolverine, like the nature of Wolverine is this kind of like quick, savage, like momentum.
Yes.
It'd actually be cool if it's like the only Wolverine we ever get in this series is like 11 issues.
Yeah.
Or it's just a breakneck speed of Wolverine just slashing and slicing and dicing.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a fun cast of characters.
Yes.
Like, I forgot Red Guardian was there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. He's with
Abigail
us.
Brand was here for a minute.
Yeah, I liked Abigail Brand being there. That was very cool. But it's just characters I'm not used to seeing interacting.
No,
in space.
It's true.
And this kind of weirdly gave me Krakoa vibes too, because it's like, hey, here's a group of people who came together
that you would never normally see.
Exactly. So good stuff. Like I'm trying not to meta read, really trying not to, like not like keeping an expiration date on this necessarily. Also fun to see, like I like Gambit, so like
he was great, doing great stuff.
Yeah, his like
take out the landmines.
Like an example of his abilities, especially in a more tactical, less like bombastic,
less showy, less flamboyant.
Yes, like way. So
theatrical way.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a good book.
Yeah, for sure.
I very quickly I read Captain America #2. This is from Chip Zdarsky and Valerio Schiti. And
this is like Schiti, like with a different colorist, just looking very different.
Yeah, and it's a good looking book. And that's the thing for me is like that's the takeaway, unfortunately, for me, is that like this book looks great. And that's kind of it. It looks fantastic. The idea being that Captain America, there's two stories being told. One is like the new Captain America or Captain America like inspired by 9/11, and then a flashback story of Steve having been thawed out and then trying to find his place in the story. He's like going to invade Latveria or Doomstadt.
Yeah.
A lot of great stuff being explored, but I feel like the book kind of needs to pick a lane. Like
Okay.
when I was first introduced to like the new redheaded white Captain America, I was like, okay, and I don't remember his name, and because he's so unremarkable, but like, and he's supposed to be unremarkable, like he's supposed to be obvious, and but like I thought we were getting kind of a contemporary story and a flashback story, but that kid is Captain America in both stories.
Right.
And so we're getting like his fledgling days as Captain America and
Sure.
him being established as Captain America in the past. I don't know. It's really it's honestly kind of a confusing book. And I wish it had just taken place in one timeline and we'd be done with it. Again, Skitty's art is great.
I'm wondering though if it's something where it will come into focus.
Yeah, it's supposed to. I mean, like Chip is a great writer who knows how to develop a story and to build momentum and then to crescendo into something that makes you remember something that he did, 12 issues earlier.
Yeah.
But also he's been really good and adept at depicting a story and grabbing you within the first 2 issues.
Yeah.
And that is not the case with this. And it's not because Steve Rogers is a boring character. Like normally a Captain America book would be hard for me to get because, or at least when I was a kid, historically, I'm not a big I had not been a Captain America fan because for the longest time he was boring or predictable, and his rogues gallery were usually snake based, and it's like I'm already getting the snakes on the Saturday morning cartoons. I don't need more snakes in Captain America. But
these
it's very snake.
MFA, these monkey fighting snakes
in this Monday to Friday Captain America book. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure I focused on, because I recognize Chip's game, is that it's all competent and it's all well depicted.
Sure.
But it's a little all over the place still at issue 2.
Okay.
And I just wish that it was more focused. I wish that it's not that it lacks focus. I wish it had more focus. Okay. So that's me for Captain America.
Okie dokie.
I'm probably done. Issue 3 will be the last one for me. We'll see.
Wow. But, all right. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Let's just do an absolute check-in.
Yeah, why not?
So this week I read Absolute Superman.
Yes.
This is by Jason Aaron with art by, I'm trying to remember their first name. That's the problem I'm having right now.
You talking about Carmine?
Domenico. So this is issue 10, and I know I was like, I'm gonna keep reading this book.
You were, yeah, because I dropped it. I couldn't take another issue where Superman does something, feels sad, Lois wants to know what's going on, and chases after him. I can't.
There is a lot of that going on here, and I thought the last issue there was like something a little more interesting.
That it was like kind of
to it,
throwing off the shackles of what it had done.
So here is my problem. I think I respect people who are like, this is their favorite. I think they can just see something in it that I can't right now, and I'm wondering if it isn't just a better read when it's put together.
I'm sure it will be,
as opposed to like the month to month. Some books just struggle month to month, I feel like, and it's just somehow it loses the momentum. And I'm feeling like this. I feel like I'm treading water, even though I don't think we are. Like, we're definitely not. But
this book is kind of treading water, though.
But like, things are happening. We're moving places. Characters are getting new information. Like, things are happening. It's just, I think the month-to-month brain is, I'm struggling with but this feels like the last issue, even though really what it is it's just like,
it's just more.
We're just swept up in a current.
Like, remember when we were introduced to Ra's al Ghul and he turned a person into a baby and threw him off a balcony? Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, that happened.
And that was like 2 or 3 issues ago.
Right.
Like, what are the standouts? I saw at least a blurb about this on social media where people were like, whoa, Superman really cut loose in this issue.
So here is what I think is interesting, and what I can't put my finger on it. And that is what is honestly keeping me very interested in this book. I don't know what Jason Aaron
is going for.
Yeah, thinks about Superman.
I think he loves Superman.
Well, I think I know what he thinks of, like, Cal, and what he thinks of, like,
Lois.
I mean, like his parents, whether they be Kent farmers or now
the elves.
Kryptonian farmers, right?
Yes.
Like, I think I understand that. I can't get what he thinks about Superman.
Yeah.
Because there are shades of Snyder, not Scott, Superman.
Okay.
And I think that is what people are seeing. But I'm not sure that's what Aaron is saying.
I don't think so.
But that's what he's showing on the page.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to lead to some confusion or letdown in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of like, that is what's keeping me reading right now, is when that shoe drops. Because
Right.
like, to me, this isn't a heavy shoe drop. But I think for some people,
It will be.
It will be a huge, they'll be like, I don't understand where this came from.
Yeah.
Like, it was technically there the whole time, but I do feel like Jason Aaron is kind of writing this like interesting, like delicate line. And I'm like, I can't tell if this is I'm trying to tell this one story and I just need these other things to happen. And I don't really care about what Superman himself is doing. And like, I really care about this other stuff.
Yeah. That's a problem.
But I don't know.
No, I think the issue, if I may, is that Jason Aaron is taking his responsibility and his assignment very seriously.
Right.
The idea of like, it's a dark, hopeless universe. Like remove the things that about Superman, but still retain the hallmarks that make Superman who he is, but through the lens of this world.
Right. And so like what I'm actually starting to wonder is if this isn't a massive study in not just like Jason Aaron wants to say something about,
the world today
and people who are just salt of the earth, like farmers out there doing their thing, who know the land, who, you know what I mean? That's
as a native Midwesterner himself.
But I'm also wondering if he isn't actually saying something a little more like dug down there, where he's just like, this has nothing to do. I mean, it has everything to do with Darkseid. Yeah. But like the reason that this Superman is so dark is because he was lacking the love of the Kents. Like the Kents are such a crucial component to his hope.
Right. But also he like kind of infused the Kents mentality and salt of the earth depiction in the elves.
I know, but like they're not the same.
No.
They're not the same.
No, they're culturally completely different.
Right. And so like this Superman, like maybe he's also saying that like there is something positive about humanity. And so that like in a world where that is completely removed, this is what you get.
Yeah.
Is you get this like not quite grimdark, but like super angry, angsty Superman who doesn't know what to do because he's incapable of understanding what he's seeing, why people are acting that way, which is fair. Yeah. There are certain things where I'm just like, why? Like, I understand why you're being so aggressive. Yes, he is Ra's al Ghul. And I knew it had nothing to do with my theory. Yes. But I kind of hoped. And I was like, well, obviously, like when you have powers, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe not if the Lazarus planet, like Pitt brought him back. It would be different, right? But no. And it's like, yes, at the end we do. That was Talia al Ghul. And they're working on the same. Like it was like, it's a circuitous scheme. And I'm like, but like,
right, but like so
to what end, right?
Yeah.
Like to what end?
That's this book.
But I know it is like it's a fact of it being a grim, dark world. It's just so interesting his interpretation of this assignment. Like Scott's doing it where it's just like, what if Batman didn't have any of the things to set him up?
No money,
I'm only going to talk about the Trinity right now. I'm not going to talk about the other books.
We're not talking about like Martian Manhunter
or Flash or Green Lantern. Like I just want to talk about those three where it's just like, let's take a look at Batman and like remove what makes him Batman and like, add some things, take away some things. But it's just like, he'd still be certain elements of him, but in a different way and more extreme and more like, I couldn't afford all the training, so I had to go find another way, right? And like Diana is like very different, but we see the shades of who she is. And I think Aaron took this assignment and was like, but if we removed all these things and you put him in a dark world,
he wouldn't have this.
Right. And so like I'm actually like, maybe what I'm not enjoying about it is that I don't want to read a sad, angry Superman.
Which you said before, which is interesting.
But it's like less about that, like Aaron's not doing a good job. It's that he's doing such a good job
that it's making the book repellent.
Right. And it's making me feel like, but like, so I think it's a combination of factors. Yeah. I think it's the month-to-month brain. I'm struggling with keeping the momentum.
Yes.
And I think I'm struggling too with the fact that I'm just like, but like the other books have shades of who they are. And I'm like, yes, but like hope is such a fundamental part. At least with Diana, yes, she grew up in hell, but somehow it's less.
Somehow it's actually
dreary.
more,
well, because
hopeful.
Cersei made a home, know, and like he's just been living in a place that seems like xenophobic and also is like fueled by like dark side energy. Yeah. So it's like, like few people have ever cared about him, and then the people who did ended up in like either like dead or in the worst way possible that can happen to a
dead
person.
Or they wish they were.
I don't want to say worst way because listen,
Yeah.
whatever your situation is and whatever you've known, like, I don't want to say that, but like the idea of like losing your memory and your mind
Yeah.
is like, a horrible
Horrific.
fate for many people.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, like I am like, as I'm talking about it, I'm actually like changing my mind about whether or not I want to keep reading this. Because initially I was like, I think
I'm done.
I think I can't handle this. And now I'm like, is Aaron trying to say something here?
Yeah.
Like, is there something more? And part of me is like, I don't want to necessarily waste my time, but there is like an
Still
element.
something there.
There is an element that I truly believe in. And we were just kind of talking about this the other day, where it's like, there's a specific Ghibli film that I have yet to watch. And it's something that I already know it's going to be heart-wrenching and heartbreaking, and it's just something that like I need to be mentally prepared for. And it's like, it's easy to go, I'm never going to watch it. Yeah. Because I don't want to be that sad. But I truly believe that there are some times where you need to challenge yourself. Yeah. To do that as an exercise in A, how to deal with those things, and B, to expose yourself to new ideas and art in general. And it's like, this is one of those things where it's easy for me to go, I don't want to read this anymore. Yeah. But maybe I'm going to push on a little longer. But like, ironically, I struggle with Martian Manhunter. That one, I think I'm just going to wait for a trade.
It's just too bleak.
And I'm just going to pick it up and trade and read it just when
it'll be an easy read
in one. When I'm ready to visit that world.
It's also a miniseries.
We'll grab that,
Martian
right?
Manhunter is a miniseries, so it's easier to knock out.
Yeah.
You know that Simon Pegg said the exact same thing that you said, right?
No.
Recently, he was on that like closet cinema thing.
No.
And that was the exact same sentiment that he shared.
I did not.
That one of his kids was like, they watched a movie and they were just like, I don't like it. And he's like, yeah, that's what movies do. Movies are supposed to challenge.
Legitimately, I did not know
that. I know that.
That is a belief of my own.
I know. I thought that was funny. I just wanted to, like, that.
Yes. Well, so like, by the way, for those who are asking in the chat, the movie is Grave of the Fireflies. And it's just something where it's like, I'm going to watch that. I'm not going to make anyone else do that, because I'm not saying everybody needs to follow my philosophy, but I am encouraging you that if there is something where you're like, I don't know about that.
If the reason you don't like it, or that you're feeling is you only feel unease, and not that like you see the strings and the seams, right? Then embrace that feeling, understand that like maybe, what's happening to me? I'm being challenged. That's what it is.
But if it's something that truly makes you feel uncomfortable, and it's just like, I'm not saying that, like, do not continue to go
don't
through that.
Traumatize yourself.
Yeah, like, do not do that. Like, if you're someone who's just like, I really can't handle horror. I really can't handle this specific type of horror. It really upsets me. No, then don't watch that. Don't do that. Yeah. Like, I went to a couple of museums recently.
Yes.
There was one of the museums I went to, they had this huge exhibit. It really like just wasn't the type of art that I would gravitate towards normally, right? But I was like, you know what? Like, I'm here and I'm going to take it in.
Yeah.
And I want to take away something from it. Like, I want to look at this and I want to try to understand what they're creating, why they're creating it, and if there's something I could take away from it, even if it's something that like I'm not personally connected to, or it doesn't have a style that I normally want or like enjoy, I want to challenge myself. Like, it fundamentally upsets me, the idea of the Duchamp, the toilet, that bothers me. Like, I am totally like, that's not art, but I'm like, by being that upset about it, it immediately makes it that in a way in my head. And I got a chance to see, like, I think it was that or something else by the artist. I don't remember. And I was like, I'm gonna look. Yep. I'm gonna look. I'm going to take in, and I'm going to make an opinion and move away. I don't have to love it. No. But I'm going to take it in, even though I know it makes me annoyed.
That's right.
Because I need to I'm not saying I've had the hardest life ever, right? But it's like, it helps to have these moments, and I've had moments for sure. I've had a lot of bumps. But like, I realized that those bumps help me to deal with other things. And so like, I had this thought the other day where like, like when we cultivate our music choices, right? Like, when I only listen to the music that I want to listen to, I completely close myself off from anything new, right? And I don't want to do that. So like, I try to challenge myself to listen to something random or something new or whatever, because it's like, I want to be in a situation where I don't have total control over everything, because I'm going to face that a lot.
Right, because
like,
you don't.
So even something as stupid and small as that, I'm like, I want to embrace just being like, sure.
I'm in the moment.
Yeah, like, play whatever. Like, randomize it. Like, I'll listen to whatever you got. Yeah. Sure, what's next?
Well, it helps to condition you to be in polite society. You're going to be in a place with a group of people who are different from you.
And I'm not saying never just be like, I just want to listen to this thing that makes me feel good.
Totally.
I definitely have my comfort music. I have my comfort shows. I have my comfort all of
Everybody
that
does.
And I want those things sometimes, but I'm like, every once in a while, like in a controlled situation, it helps to expose yourself to something that is not controlled.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I think what I'm saying about Superman is this is not my favorite, but I do I'm going to be really pissed if in 5 more issues I find out he has nothing to say. But I'm going to go for the long for the ride.
Yeah.
And we can talk more about it in the future.
Exactly.
And those of you who are enjoying it, I hope you're enjoying it for more than just like Superman's grim gritty and like, I hope you see that maybe
anyone
there's something
is enjoying
else there.
that. I genuinely don't think anybody is reading it like
good.
Because if they are, like, then they also hate Aaron for having like changed Punisher.
Yeah.
So you know that they think that if it is like that, then he's making fun of them. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I don't think so. I'm still reading this Gwenpool book. There's only one more issue left, so I guess I'm gonna keep reading it. The Unalivable Gwenpool now. Ha ha ha. There's a Gwen clone. That's another clone.
Yeah.
X31 or something. That's the Gwenpool that was sent in that they were like, we're digging up her grave. They actually do dig up her grave. They don't dig it up, but like they go to her grave. Oh, they do. We get to see her skeleton. But this Gwen is like, what? Like the assassin Gwen that only the Marvel solicitations and marketing said that might be the real Gwen, but the whole book like Cavan Scott and Stefano Nessi respectively wrote and drew this book. Scott is clearly like at no point wanted people to think that was the real Gwen Stacy. At no point was that the pitch. It's all marketing. It's all editorial, just being like, maybe. And then you read the book and it's like, not even a little bit. This book seems, and I think this book is going to, because they killed Gwenpool, the real Gwenpool, in like issue 1 or 2. And she's been a ghost jumping around bodies right now. And
like Dead Man?
Yeah, like Dead Man. Yeah. And like taking over sometimes, but mostly just getting into their memories and like hanging out with the like suppressed personality that's within their body. And at one point she jumps into Peter in the previous issue and like runs around, makes sure he wears the black costume. Like the meta text was like, "You're welcome, nerds. You get to see the black suit again." I don't know. It was like, I think this book is an editorial decision to make Gwenpool into a Gwen Stacy because she's never been Gwen Stacy. Because like Gwenpool isn't really Gwen. It's not even like, I don't even think Gwen was her real name. And I think they're like, people are confused. Like there's a great moment, I think, in one of the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe stories. I don't remember which one it was, if it was that at all. But Deadpool has a great interaction with Gwenpool where he's like, "I promise you most of the readers think you're Gwen Stacy." And it was such a great interaction. It's one of my favorite like moments for Gwenpool as a character is Deadpool is like when that Deadpool shows up and he's like, I know that like there is a fun meta fourth wall breaking device that you provide. That's not me.
Right.
Like now that you've met me, because you're a variant cover of me, you're not anything.
Right.
You're not a character.
Yes.
I really like that interaction. And it's fun to see that because that's and even though it comes across as insulting, a murderous psychopath like Deadpool, it's okay for him to say that. And as long as you explore where that goes, where like the character who is a variant cover come to life explores that belief or that kind of attack, that's interesting.
Right.
I think they want her to inhabit the body of this Gwen clone so that like Gwenpool literally is a Gwen Stacy, which will have 3 Gwens running around in this universe. The
that's kind of
Ghost Spider Gwen, who retcons herself into this continuity. Gwenpool, who will have been now inhabiting the body of a Gwen clone. And, of course, Bone Gwen, who is the real one, the corpse.
So, well, that's weird.
Such a weird thing.
That was also a weird way to put it.
Well, because she's Bones.
Yeah.
She's not even wearing clothes in the coffin. I'm like, what's happening?
Well,
they wear something in there.
Yeah, but they decay.
Yeah, I guess.
Presumably.
How long has Gwen been dead? Well, technically.
Okay, so it really depends because as I found out, like at least in the state of New Jersey, like you for like environmental rules, like you have to have a like poured cement.
Yes.
Like
slab
entombment thing around the casket in order to prevent things, unless you're part of specific religions, upon which you don't have to have that.
Yes.
Which would then, of course, speed up that decay.
I don't think Gwen was Jewish.
It's not Jewish.
Really?
That's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Nope.
Well, Gwen was like, I think Protestant, if anything. I don't remember.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Knowing Captain Stacy, she might have been Catholic. Now I'm thinking about it.
That would be it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm just saying, like, if that were the case, it could be.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Who cares? All that matters is this book seems to be some kind of like a weird retcon.
Draw a skeleton because they're hard to draw.
I mean, that's true. Well,
it's impressive when you do it.
It's just that's how you know she's dead because there's a skeleton there.
I was gonna say, I think it's kind of weird if she ends up in Gwen Stacy's body.
Like, in a clone of Gwen.
That's not you.
No.
That's like
yeah, but I mean, like, she doesn't have a choice in that matter.
Additionally,
if she wants to eat ice cream again, she's gonna have to jump in a body.
Who doesn't want that? When you were saying the pitch about like this being like Dead Man, I was like,
that's a great book.
Where's the Dead Man Deadpool crossover? Don't you want to see Deadpool as a ghost or Dead Man in Deadpool?
Not really.
I do. I think there's like a backup there, a couple of like little one-offs.
Yeah, I guess that'd be fun.
Of stupid things.
Yeah.
I think there's something there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That you'd need a perfect storm.
To
make that happen.
I'm just saying, it's just it'd be a fun little. It'd
be a cute.
Any person with like the ability to draw could write a webcomic.
That's true. Yeah, Dead Man and Deadpool.
Yeah,
8-page story.
Done.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like like the It's Jeff.
Yes,
but
exactly.
It's those two.
Exactly.
It's cute. It's funny. It's silly.
Right. That'd be fun. This is a weird book. It ends in the next issue, so this is the penultimate chapter of Unalivable Gwenpool or whatever.
Sure.
We'll see what happens. I mean, like, that is my like cynical lizard brain talking, where I'm like, I think this book might just be a weird attempt to retcon that Gwenpool is a literal Gwen.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I am sick of seeing Gwen Stacy show up and go like, what? Scott does a nice job with this book. Like, there are fun moments, character moments, story beats that work. Yeah. Like, this is a entertaining issue. This is an entertaining series. Yes. Surprisingly enough, it's way better.
Yes.
Than All New Venom.
Okay, fair.
Which I also read.
Oh, were you doing that? Because okay.
No, we can talk about your thing.
No, next. Go ahead. You.
All right. I'm happy to do yours. I don't care. I'm just.
No, go.
This book is baffling. Remember when everybody thought that Al Ewing was a great writer? Because I do. This is written somehow by Al Ewing with art by Carlos Gomez. The art's really fun and pretty like customary for this kind of title.
Okay.
It's a lot of symbiotes running around. They're dealing with like a secret society of bad guys, which is headed up by Doc Ock in some way, and you get to see Mary Jane Venom and Flash Thompson and Sleeper, the cat symbiote, and Toxin's there, and none of that matters. Nobody cares. What matters is this is the issue where Paul gets dumped.
Okay.
It was almost the thumbnail for this episode, but I didn't want to like spoil the whole book.
Fair.
With like a thumbnail. Despite the fact that like social media has pretty much all but done it for me.
Sure.
This like, I can't imagine anybody giving a crap about what's happening in this book. Like, I can't imagine anybody.
If they're interested in the whole Paul thing, they'd be very interested.
No one's excited about Paul. But like,
him being
dumped. But like, yeah, but that's not like Paul is a joke. Like, the reason he's in the book is so that Dylan, Eddie Brock's son, can make fun of his man bun and talk about what a stooge and a tool he is. So that, like, the readership can get behind that.
Get behind Paul or get behind
Dylan making fun of Paul.
Oh, sure.
Can make fun of Paul. Like, Paul isn't a character; he's a straw man. Like, he's a character that's there for you to rib on. He's doing his best, and he's like, because Ewing isn't a hack. He's not a bad writer. I made a joke before about like, remember when like he wrote all of Immortal Hulk, and it's all really good. It's not like he sucks.
Right.
But I wonder why he wants to do this book. I hope there's more to it than a paycheck, but I can't imagine any kind of creative fulfillment that can be derived from this book. That being said, I mean, it is a Venom book, and I can imagine editorial going to Al Ewing being like, "You want to write Venom for a little while?" And him being like, "Sure, you know what the hell? We'll do a whole stupid mystery about who he is, and then it'll be revealed to be Mary Jane, blow up the internet. I like to be part of that, And also you get to have the fun of like a subterranean lair and a sequence where Doc Ock is fighting 16 different symbiotes. And, like on paper, that's a fun concept. But we're so far beyond like the Life Foundation making 5 symbiotes, which already was like two sharks jumping over a shark.
Right.
Like by that point, Carnage, like Venom, great. Carnage, whoa, 5 symbiotes with a name like Phage. How could you go wrong? It's a weird, baffling series, and it's not even like it's bad, especially when you have artists on here who are doing a terrific job. The art on this issue in particular is particularly good. Good action, well balanced drama. You could tell that like a lot of work went into the last 3 pages so that like Paul can get good and properly dumped. Though it is a last page reveal, so it could be undermined entirely by the next issue, as is the course of a Marvel comic book. It's just like, it's a vexing series that I don't even understand why it exists in the first place, except to be like neat. Like Flash Thompson has the anti-Venom symbiote or not symbiote, and he's like, but someone's got to carry toxin, so he like forces that symbiote to go well beneath him so he can take on the toxin symbiote and get a cool new costume. And so he gets like Flash Thompson all I could think about was like, hey, remember when Flash Thompson was like Peter Parker's bully? Like, remember, like I read this kind of nonsense where you got like, where at least, Doc Ock was Peter Parker and he's fighting Peter Parker's former wife, who's Venom, and his former bully or best friend, who's anti-Venom, and his greatest nemesis, Eddie Brock's son's symbiote, who's a cat, Sleeper. And I'm like, I get why people want reboots. Like, because if you rebooted the Marvel Universe now, no one would ever want to do this again. Because they want to just be where they are.
Right.
And I'm not suggesting that, but I'm just saying, it wasn't until that moment that I realized, like, oh, that's why people want Marvel to reboot. Like, because because what they really want, I think, at the end of the day, is like simplicity, as opposed to like whatever the hell this is.
Right.
Amazing Spider-Man does a very weird thing with this series.
Okay.
Which we'll get to later. But
sure.
Like, the books, the art's great. I don't trust the Paul breakup. I thought if like I had 2 more pages of context, like, no one really says to a person they've been living with, that they adopted children with, albeit phantoms from another dimension, that they're like co-signing a lease on, I'm breaking up with you. It's just like, it's such a like, no one like Al Ewing would write a independent, strong-willed 70 or 60-year-old character like Mary Jane and have her say something so one-dimensional and obvious, unless he wants you to think it's one-dimensional obvious, or he wants that to be the punch. Like, there's a lot of like meta reading going on with this book where I'm like, this is dumb, but like, why?
Right.
Because it doesn't have to be, and it's not by a dumb writer.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it could be just be, he's like, well, this is my dumb era, I'm just having fun. Like, it's just fun. It's fun to do this. And it's like, look, the book sells. I guess it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, I read a Carnage book, but it was written by Jerry Conway, who actually proved, like, dude wrote The Death of Gwen Stacy, but also wrote like a really great book about Carnage.
Isn't it weird that like in like 10, 20 years, Paul's going to come back and like have like a Kite Man-esque resurgence with like a writer like Tom King?
Yeah, like someone's going to do a Paul book. It's going to be in like 4 years. Like, it's not going to even be that much long. I was
hoping it was a little longer.
I mean, what I fully expect is that like Paul will become a villain of some kind. But, and I said this in the last episode, so I understand I'm repeating myself, but like a character like Paul, he belongs in the same category as like, that character Katzenberg that was a rival of Peter Parker's at the Daily Bugle, like he's a Ned Leeds.
Yeah.
Not the movie Genki version, like where he was a thing for a minute. And like, where is he? He's a footnote now, Like, what's old Nathan Lebensky up to? I mean, he's dead. Most of them are dead, but like, they don't all die. Even Glory Grant's werewolf boyfriend died. So what you do is you just leave him alone for a while, and then when you invent a new character, I suggest a werepire, half werewolf, half vampire, because who gives a shit? Just try all the ideas and throw them at Spider-Man. Honestly, Spider-Man fighting a half werewolf, half vampire is actually the most grounded thing that could happen to Spider-Man in the last 20 years. And then have that werepire kill Paul. And then we just don't see Paul again, ever again. Except in flashbacks. This is what these books have reduced me to.
Somebody in the chat said something that actually made me chuckle to myself. They said that Paul makes me react the way Timmy Turner's dad reacts to Dinkelberg.
Yeah, Dinkelberg!
I'm like,
yeah.
That's very fair. It's very funny.
This is where I'd keep my trophy, if I had one.
So here's what's funny. Remember before I said, let's have an absolute check-in, and then you just went off into the
I know, I'm sorry.
Spider-Man?
I went over to here.
Because we were supposed to talk about Absolute Green Lantern, which makes you feel bad, because this is Absolute Green Lantern number 5, which I didn't love.
Yeah.
And it's written by Al Ewing.
Yeah. And like, this is not a Al Ewing
This is not.
Rage Fest.
This is not. That's why I'm like, eek. It's written by Al Ewing with art by Janoy Lindsay. And I
didn't love it.
I just didn't love it. And it's not about like, oh, the writing is bad. I don't see where he's going with this right now. And I'm 5 issues into it. And I'm just kind of like,
but where are you going with this? Maybe that's his error right now.
And I'm not looking for all the answers because we are only 5 issues into it.
Right.
But I'm looking for a little bit more of
like a roadmap
of a something, because, there have been some fun things he's done with the characters in this.
Yes.
And, I liked a bit of the mystery that was going on, but like, even as we're unraveling some of it or getting some answers, I'm still kind of like,
right. But like, who cares though?
Yeah.
That is a thing that I've been it's been coming to me for a random assortment of books. Very recently, they're written by Al Ewing, where I'm like, yeah, but like, so,
which is weird because I have enjoyed several things by Al Ewing.
Absolutely.
And it's just right now, it's just not hitting. And that's when I say, like, I will try things by writers I like, and I recognize that when they don't hit. Maybe this issue just wasn't the strongest one. I don't know. I'm willing to give it one more.
Yeah.
Because I think Junoy's
art is growing
for sure. Like there's like a lot of really fun, very strong elements here, especially when it comes to certain like hand stuff, which hands are hard to draw.
They are hard to draw. And when you get a good hand in a panel, it hits.
And I will say, I think they're like some of their best stuff is some of this like kind of more like horror gritty grims. It just looks really, really good. Like there's just some really strong, excellent panels here that I'm like, I really like. I'm watching you grow as an artist, and that's
right, all on display, which is the beauty of comics. Sometimes,
yeah, it's amazing, and and not just like issue to issue for a lot of artists,
but like but from 1 to 5, it's a quantum leap.
Yeah, it's a
lowercase
for sure. And so it's like I want to support the book for that because it's like this is like the artist is like
this
doing
is Lindsay's
thing.
like thing,
and like they like Ewing added like this element there where I was like, I think I'm supposed to care, but I'm just kind of more confused.
That is like a problem I think that's a problem in today's era of comics right now.
That's not true because I'm reading a lot of books that are not like that.
Yeah. But I've certainly read more books like in the last 10 years than I did in the latter several that are like that.
Yes.
Where I'm like, oh, that's an idea you had.
Yes. Like I think what it is, and this is why, again, I'm not just going to necessarily quit on it, but it's just that we need a little bit more. And I think he wants to, maybe Ewing just is looking to write a little bit more action because I feel like between these 2 books that we've just talked about, there's probably a little bit more of that.
Literally, there's a moment in All New Venom where at the end of the book, they're like, the standout panel of the week is this. Like they took the action panel of Ock grabbing 3 symbiotes at the same time.
Yes.
And they were like, but look at that panel though.
Right.
And I gotta tell you, I've never seen that from a publisher before in my life,
and
where they were like, I'm just so proud of how dope that was. And can we just take another victory lap for a minute and just appreciate how cool that was?
Right.
And I'm like, on one hand, I appreciate that, but that's more like a tweet.
That's fair. But he's, like, there's a lot of action in here, and I feel like there is something. There's an undercurrent of something.
Yeah, it's Ewing. It's not just going to be like a fight, because otherwise he could have just invented like an arena or something.
Right. But we all know, if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. Thanks for being here. I love when there's a mystery.
Yes.
I want it to be peeled back like an onion. And
Jinkies.
even with this, I'm feeling like you need to peel just one more.
One more layer, please.
Give me like one more, like a little. I need a little peek. I need a little something.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm struggling with this. It's like I have pieces, and I can't even begin to fathom how they might
fit together.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Like the ab and serve it all. Like we get like. He's like, here's something, and it's almost okay. So during lockdown, Sal and I watched Twin Peaks, right? And
for the first time.
And season 1, I was like, this is brilliant.
Holy crap.
And season 2, some of it is great.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, what?
And later on, it's like, what? And you get all these pieces. And knowing meta reading or meta watching that, knowing that
like Lynch left.
Lynch wasn't part of a specific part of that season.
I'm like, oh, yes.
I'm like, I don't know if the people in charge are capable of putting these like, what's happening? Mystery pieces together, right?
Yeah.
But it's like then Lynch comes back and he kind of makes it.
He does what he can.
He does what he can with it, right? And I'm feeling like I was in season 2. Not like I don't think Ewan can put this together, but in a way where I'm just like, I get it. Ooh, it's weird. Ooh, it's a mystery. Ooh, I understand that. But how?
Right, but the real mystery now is how will I care about it?
How in a meaningful way? Because that's what I'm looking for. It's like some of that. I'm not saying every comic has to have all the meaning.
No, but like when you pitch it like that,
you're pitching these parts. I don't know. I like Al Ewing. I like some of his stuff.
Yeah,
and I like the concept behind some of the Absolute Universe. This one in particular, though. You know how I was like, I'm a little harder on Superman and Martian Manhunter, where I'm just like, they're so grimdark.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like,
but like, what is this?
This one, I'm not even. This is just like an alternate take. Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure I understand the darkness part of it just yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's fair.
That's just where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Cool.
Which makes me like sad.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, let's go into a happier territory.
Let's do it.
I have a feeling that if we're sharing the Absolute Universe and there's an opportunity, we already did, but like, if there's an opportunity to jump into the Ultimate Universe, let's do it.
We'll talk about Ultimate real quick. And I don't want to. All right. So like, the other thing is, I like both universes.
Yes.
So just because this week I'm a little harder on the one
Absolute
side,
Universe than the Ultimate doesn't mean that like you prefer one over the
other.
Oh
God, I'm
although one is going to die and the other one will continue for years. So who knows?
Whatever. This is Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men. It's something completely different. It's just its own thing.
And that was something.
It's completely different. Listen. This is literally the last couple of issues have reminded me that like Peach Momoko is like more than just a cover artist.
Yeah,
I think some people sometimes like I'm like, yeah, she's just a phenomenal artist. I'm like, but she also crafts some wild stories.
Tells these stories.
Like, she tells these stories, and she's putting together this story where I'm simultaneously like, what's happening? And also like, of course. Yes.
What's happening? And of course.
Like that is I am of these two minds when it comes to this book, where I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
And also,
right.
Yes.
I
don't know anything about this. You're making it up as you go. And yes, of course.
Naturally.
This makes total sense, even though it doesn't.
Right.
Because you're just making up these rules.
Yeah.
But the rules are for her own universe, and she's adhering
so they make sense within the context of her universe.
Exactly.
Yes.
Within the context of her own universe, the things that she is laying out before us make sense.
Yeah.
Right. This is all taking place in Japan, and like she has not shied away in her previous Marvel stuff.
Oh yeah.
From utilizing Japanese myth, demons, Oni, all of it, magic. So it's like, even though we're telling an X-Men story, that's still going to be present here. And so we see a lot of that within these stories. And so when she does things, I'm like, And then by the end of this book, there was a visual cue that I was like, how did I not see this? Like, or like really see it.
Right. See it coming.
Right. So 2 things. One, she has a panel in this where I was just like, I love this because like I think she's making an homage to Krakoa, in which a character who like in the previous issue did something where I was just like, what? And also, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, sure, of course that's what's gonna happen.
yeah.
Now comes back around
Mm-hmm.
via like there's like a hole in a tree, right?
Okay.
And it's like neat, and this is like relevant in a cultural way,
Sure.
sort of. But then also straight up looks like Krakoa.
Oh my
Like,
god!
straight up
Yes,
Krakoa homage.
that's awesome.
Like, I'm like, girl, I love you. You're so great. But the Maester, right? Like I believe I'm like, is that his code name? I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Yeah, the Maester. You know, the guy who's running, the Children of the Atom.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I'm reading along. I'm using the Comixology panel view, right? So like, I'm trying not to get spoiled as I go. And I see this panel, and I'm like, yo, you're Mr. Sinister.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
Like, it just was like,
Yep.
oh.
Yep. Well, I think, what's funny is like, and I may be speaking out of turn because I wasn't.
Because I think we had Red Diamonds and stuff like that at one point.
Oh, sure.
Or
Yeah.
something. I don't remember.
But like, if she hadn't done her Demon Days series, if she hadn't done all these different like universal interpretations of the Marvel Universe or Venom stuff, and
yes,
like this book wouldn't be able to do all those things because she's had this experience of like interpreting the Marvel lens through the Momoko, or through the Marvel Universe through the Momoko lens.
Yes.
And as a result, it just becomes this almost seemingly flawless or seamless transition.
Yeah, it really does. But like seeing like this visual iconography, because again, we're dealing with a person who's telling you the story as the writer, but who's an artist.
Yes.
And so like she's a mangaka. So it's like these two things are going to go like this, like she's determining what you're seeing in the panel. She's determining what the characters are saying. And so like her visual storytelling is very important to her overall storytelling.
Right.
So to see that, I was like, how did I not see this? Like this guy has been all about genetics, about creating, about all, like he's been all of these things. He's ticking all the boxes. And my brain's just like,
but this is his new character. I don't know him.
Right. Yeah. And she does this, like she puts this one thing and then we get like a stronger reveal of
sure.
that.
And you're like, oh, okay. That's cool.
So overall, I really love this book. And I think we've said before, this is not an X book. This starts to kind of like, we know it, it's like, it's definitely being like this. The Maester has been trying to create mutants, right? Like Akihiro is like been a basis of things. Like other individuals who maybe had abilities have been used to test things on, right? So it's like we're getting all of these things, and it's just letting her have a sandbox.
Yes.
And just play.
Yeah.
And it's a sandbox that we were all happy to be in when we thought this was it for X-Men 2, which I think says a lot about us, and good job, community. Like we all were like, cool, whatever. And then they're like, but here's the Wolverine book.
Right.
And we're like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. We can also get that. Like here's
That's
Chuck and Beast
so,
and everybody.
Like, yay, us. Like I'm thrilled.
Our cup runneth over.
Yes, of course. But this issue, like I was like just thrilled by, because it's like even at the end, it felt like it could have wrapped up here. But we're not done.
Good.
But we're not done. And I'm very excited about that. You know, like
absolutely.
I do feel like it might be wrapping up.
Oh, sure.
And like there have been a couple of points where I was like, it could end here. And I would be like, oh gosh, we never got to find out about this.
Yeah.
But at least we got something.
No, and
this is one of those where it's like we do a little bit of like a short time jump. And I'm like, oh, this is this
oh,
it?
No.
Did I miss out? And I'm like, no, it's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. But
That's
great. Threads coming together. We are getting some answers, but much like that earlier onion that I was talking about, this is peeling them back and revealing more mystery, but also answering questions as we go. We also get the fun lexicon at the end that is steeped in mythology. And if you are a fan of Junji Ito and you're familiar with some of the iconography that comes with Suichi, this actually explains a little bit more about that if you don't already know a bit about like some of that, like the candles and the nails. This tells you a little bit more about it, which I was like, this is helpful.
That is helpful. Cool. Well, I should point out before we move on, or rather while we move on, that over at IDW, there's a new series. If you like Turtles, if you've been a fan of the Jason Aaron run on Ninja Turtles, the brand new Casey Jones series, the last day for pre-order is actually today. So if you are interested at all in the new Casey Jones book from Alex Pagnadel and Amonse Nahulpen, then you must tell your comic book store today that you want to pre-order the Casey Jones series. Otherwise, you can just pick it up when it comes out on sale. But today is the last day for pre-orders for Casey Jones, and I can tell you, having read it, that it is in continuity, and it will focus on Casey himself, like the character. But it will also be deeply steeped in Turtles lore and mythology and continuity. So if you dig that, check that out. Speaking of IDW, I also read Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone.
Nice.
Number 1. We actually
Excellent.
talked to the creative team, or at least 2/3 of the creative team, not too long ago. That's Ethan Parker and Griffin Sheridan, with art by Pablo Tunica. This is part of the Kaisei universe of Godzilla, but also basically portrays this concept of like post-apocalyptic world. Pacific Northwest was annihilated by a Godzilla attack and left in a like kind of waking nightmare of primordial influence that causes giant monsters and also perhaps crossbreeded monster people hybrids, like our main character.
What?
This is also a brand new Godzilla character that was allowed to be introduced in this universe. That
Move over, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, move over, Jurassic Park rumors. But rather, this is an actual half Godzilla guy who roams the wastelands of Seattle.
Okay.
And you might also like the implications of the last few pages. I want to give away what's going on, but let's just say if you dig post-apocalyptic comic books or media, if you like Daniel Warren Johnson type stuff, you're gonna like this.
Interesting.
I was blown away by the art in particular. If you have a chance to like leaf through Godzilla Dead Zone, Escape the Dead Zone, it's worth it just to see the Pablo Tunica art alone. This book looks dope, and it's cool, and it's lived in. It feels gritty but real and very much of its own particular style. Tunica just crushes this book. It's a fantastic depiction. I will say that I was surprised. There were a couple of there were more than a few F-bombs dropped in this issue. It's very R-rated in terms of its language. I don't think it was needed.
Oh.
I'm not suggesting that needs to be censored, but I will say that this book doesn't do or say anything that is particularly adult outside of it just kind of being a stressful environment.
Right.
But the F-bombs reduce the audience potential.
Right.
I don't think it needed it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and there were plenty of other words one could use. The fact that it does use them means that they are given a lot of freedom and a lot of authority to tell their story the way they want to.
Okay.
And I'm glad they are. I'm happy for them, and I think it's an interesting idea, and I think it's something that I would never have thought of if they were like, "Hey, build a Godzilla universe." Like, okay, how about like a crazy mutant town, or at least a like. It reminds me of a little bit of Godzilla -1, where the Godzilla had come through, and then like the whole place is like made, like rebuilt. Yeah. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
But more American / Mad Maxian.
Right.
Australian, I guess. But yeah, fun book. And so a strong opening. I was excited to see where this goes, and
Excellent.
I was very excited to be introduced, I think, to Tunica's work. Who's having a blast doing it, it looks like.
Fantastic.
I also want to congratulate the audience for getting a chance, which is rare to see, my knees in this episode. This episode in particular, because the camera angle allows my knees to be very prevalent.
Would you like me to?
No. It's already done. I'm just saying, I just want to say, I hope you were enjoying the show. It's okay. You don't have to change anything. I was just making a joke about the fact that well, there you go. All right. You've done it.
And now you got to see the rest of my Flash jacket.
That's right, which is actually really amazing. And the fact that you busted it out, I was like, where the hell did we get this?
I needed something. We had a whole bunch of warmer things, and I was like, I don't want a warmer thing. I just want like a light thing.
Yeah, lighter thing, and
but
we have
could
that.
Also be.
Oh, it's a reverse.
It's reverse,
which is apropos because it's a reverse Flash jacket.
Well, yes, but right now it's just a Flash
Yeah.
jacket. Well, so speaking of
speaking
Godzilla,
of Godzilla, yes.
Speaking of Godzilla, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong came out this week. This is issue number 2, issue number 3, written by Brian Buccoletto with art by Christian Duce or Dutz.
I think Duce.
I don't know. I just don't know. All right, so
I never will.
We're gonna go over a couple things. One, just the overall book. This issue was fine. You know, like I like this one. I think it was.
What?
I think it was more fun when it was in the DC universe. That's what I have to say.
That was what you were worried about.
I was worried
the
about
first
that.
one.
But like, we'll see where this is going because I don't know where this is going just yet. I'm like, what's happening? And also, where the hell is Godzilla? Luckily, Godzilla was.
There will be some Godzilla in your Godzilla crossover.
There's just been a lot of apes, and for Kong lovers out there, yay for you.
That sounds like your review of the new Godzilla franchise. A lot of apes in my Godzilla.
I'm seeing a lot of 5-fingered animals, and I'm looking more for a scaly, long-tailed, short-snouted, skronk kind of guy out there. We do get one shot of Godzilla.
They love
and,
to do that.
It's killing me, but it's like I understand not everyone wants to do just Godzilla.
Right, but you'd like to see at least some more Godzilla.
I would. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, obviously you want to see some other characters.
Yeah, the book is mostly just like, Godzilla needs to be on page, and when he's not there, people should be asking, where is Godzilla?
At least that's what Tiffany should be doing.
That's right.
She is. But yeah, there's a couple moments in this where like the writing's like fine. But for the most part, I'm like, whatever. It's very similar.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, Lex Luthor has a plan.
He always has a plan. He had a plan last issue.
But like he wants to figure out how to titanize other things, and he thinks he has a solution for that, and he's going to make it happen. And like, oh, that's probably a problem, right? Like, naturally, he thinks he can make it work within the Monarch universe, right? And sure, cool, whatever.
Does he just want to go home? Is he like, I can conquer this place?
No, he literally wants to, like, he's there for a reason. He has purpose.
Oh, okay.
Like, he has purpose, as is like the rest of like the Suicide Squad. Although like a bunch of them were like, don't forget Amanda Waller's dead. I'm like, yep, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. She did die.
Anyway, so like, yes,
was she eaten?
No, Shaw shot her.
Oh. Man, in a world where there are kaiju monsters that eat people or step on them.
Yeah. But we did that already. We did that last time.
A guy didn't get eaten.
No, but Toyman was
stepped on.
Yeah,
I know. But like,
Okay. Anyway, we get a little more like Monarch crossover in that like Wonder Woman and Supergirl find like a ship that was taken over by the bad guys, and there's like one of the people who are part of Monarch still there. So now she's going to join up. So I'm like, okay, we're getting that representation.
Great.
Right? Well, that's all good. And well,
my favorite characters I could never name.
Right. Like obviously some of the heroes being away from Earth is a problem. Superman and Supergirl, problem for them. Superman is now in the other Earth, like beneath.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So he's even worse off.
Yeah, there's no sun.
Barry's is Barry or is it Wally?
It's probably Barry.
Is
the Flash.
Yeah, the Flash is on the struggle bus right now because like A, he almost got shot.
Oh no.
And B, remember in the last issue, or like it was like, oh my god, I was like, Flash is dead. And then it was like, nah, he's fine.
Oh.
But like kind of not really. But Flash is also away from the Speed Force. So he's like not peak either.
Right.
So like we definitely have some characters who are like they're not doing so well, right? What's hilarious is that like at one point, like Mr. Terrific has been like trying to call out to everybody via the Batmech. But like no one's near it. And he's just like, Batman, hello? Hello? And I'm like, how long have you been doing this?
Right?
I wrote an algorithm.
Smartest man in the universe. It's like, not this universe.
Not this one. It's fine. No, but they inevitably are going to send one of the Green Lanterns through it. I'm like, that's awesome. Cool. Sure, whatever. That's great. When they open up the portal, they see Kong, and they're like, oh no.
Oh no. Another monkey.
No, they're like, oh no, it's Kong.
They're like, how boring.
Well, at least that's
I wish it was Godzilla.
All right. He's not me. There are a couple of like really hilarious moments in this, which I truly love.
Okay.
In which while the Flash is going forth to try to get certain tech, because like Batman and the Flash, like we probably got to go back and get some extra help.
Sure.
We need everybody involved here, right? And so like Cheetah attacks him, and then as he's being attacked, Kong shows up, and Cheetah reacts literally like a frightened cat, and that freaking visual just
delighted
me. Delighted me, even though the Kong was there. I was like, at least I got something else to look at.
Right.
I have no ill will against Kong.
No.
I just want to see more.
You're just not here for Kong.
I'm not here for Kong. I'm here for
the Zillas.
Yes,
or for the cat people.
I'm here for the Zillas. I want the Zilla. So yes. Anyway, I think it is Barry because he just got married to Iris.
Oh, then yes, it's Barry.
Yeah. I figured it out. I pieced it all together based on context clues
Oh,
and memory.
wow. You sure didn't want to use ChatGPT instead?
Yeah, I just learned today that ChatGPT can't tell time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because it's not intelligent.
Yeah, I know. It's just was like, but the internet is right there. Okay, anyway.
I know, yeah. People are using ChatGPT instead of calculators.
That's probably not a good idea.
Not really, when it's like 2 + 2 is bread.
Well, listen, lots of things equal to bread. I love bread. that is my answer to that. Anyway, so here is why this book is actually really interesting.
Oh, okay.
There is a sequence at the beginning of this which I'm like, what?
All right.
What? How does this book open? You can't guess
No.
how this issue opens. Can you?
At the source wall.
Not at all. That would be too obvious, Sal.
Oh.
No, this book opens with a therapy session.
Oh, okay.
In which Harley Quinn is sitting with, and I can't remember, yeah, it's 4 years after G-Day.
Okay.
So it's like after they went, but like the heroes haven't gotten there yet, right? Harley Quinn is having a therapy session in which she's going by an alias.
Is she being therapied?
Yes, yeah. She's laying on the couch
Okay.
and like she's like, all right, here we go. And like she's talking about Joker, but she's calling him Jay.
Right.
And like that, like they're the stuff of fairy tales. Like he's my soulmate and the love of my life, but also my sworn enemy.
Right.
And like if he walked through this door, I would like try to kill him.
Yes.
That type of thing, right? This book is saying that in the Monarch universe, there is a Harley Quinzel who is not Harley. And what she wants to find is that world's version of Joker. Because she's like, I'm pretty sure that could fix all my problems because he won't be the Joker. And I'm like,
what?
What?
That's the through line? Like
what?
That's the actual story?
I don't think that's the actual story. That's just
weird.
Something else.
That's weird. That's a weird choice. That's odd.
Right?
All right. Did that get you? Are you ready to read this book now?
I am.
You're sold on
like,
Godzilla and Kong.
I was like, I have to see where this is going.
Sure, yeah.
Where is this going?
Let's see where this is going.
What is this? And so, like, are we going to see that?
Yeah.
Or not? Or are we just
probably?
Gonna, like,
I doubt they're going to throw it out. Yeah.
Well, like this Quinzel, like she has a little office. Like this, like it's not like she's in an Arkham. She's just, I'm a therapist.
Yes.
Hi. What?
Does that mean there's a Bruce Wayne and a Lex Luthor?
Okay, there's definitely a Bruce Wayne because like she gets the call that the superheroes have arrived. And they're like, we need you here. Like the Justice League's here. That means like we need every body possible. And she's like, bats too? And she's like, well, okay, not like two, like TOO, not TWO, like whatever. Like the Batman's here. She's like, cool. Like she acknowledges that like there is a bat person here.
What?
But they're not Batman.
Okay. That's weird. All right.
Like what is happening?
That's bizarre.
Right? Isn't that weird?
Yes.
Isn't that like, that's a choice?
Yeah, it is. And it's a choice that's never going to be upheld by the Monarch people at all. Like, it's a weird idea. Okay. All right. Well,
so
I hope that pays off in some way.
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know.
All right.
But like, yeah, so is Joker going to be a totally normal person?
Who knows?
Or are we not going to see Joker?
Right?
Or I don't know.
Or will they create him?
It's going to be a giant Joker fish.
A Joker fish. Great. Do you recommend it still?
I mean, it's fun. I think if you read the first one, you're probably going to read the second one. But if you're reading the second one first, don't. You have to start with the first one.
Yeah.
This won't make very much sense at all.
Well, tell us about Moon Knight. Since you're going to spend at least an hour and 45 minutes on this week talking about the beginning of this.
Week. Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu number 11 came out this week, written by Jed McKay with art by Domenico Carbone. This is like just like a one-off issue. It's kind of like, hey, we just finished up the glitter arc. We're starting a new thing with like a villain that if you were reading from the beginning, you're like, oh hey, welcome back.
Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity to like have an artist to step in really quickly to just be like, I'm just gonna do this one issue. It's called Birthday.
Okay.
It's Mark's birthday.
Oh, great.
And it's a cute issue. We just check in with all the characters with the idea where it's just like, it's weirdly fourth wall breaking, but not, because they're all like, they're trying to clean up the Midnight Mission a little bit. They're going to have the party there, even though the Midnight Mission is dead. But they're going to have the party there. Everybody's invited. And essentially, the characters directly like look at whoever they're speaking to, it feels like it's you, but it's not.
Right.
Right? We're like, oh, you're just in time. We're throwing a birthday party, right?
But they are talking to you.
And then, no, they're not.
No, but
they were talking to us.
They're talking to you by way of you reading it.
Yes, but it's like they, this character goes along and chats with like Reese and Soldier and chats with Tigra and all of that. And like, it's cute. It's fun. 8-Ball's wearing a cape now that looks like Moon Knight's cape.
Oh.
It's funny because we talk with 8-Ball too, and 8-Ball's just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, yeah. Like
it could have been worse.
I could be getting beat up by Punisher or Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Like people are excited to see me. Like when they see me, they're like, "Hey, it's you."
Yeah.
Like it's nice.
That's really cool.
I'm like, good for you. Character growth.
Yeah. Is Uncle Sweaty in it?
No.
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 Has he ever come back?
No.
In 3 series?
No.
Means they're gearing up towards it.
If you want to know what we're talking about, you're gonna have to watch this week's episode of Back Issues.
That's right.
Or
just read
but here's
Moon Knight Volume 1, The Midnight Mission.
So it's like when we did Wonder Woman, I didn't expect the Tiger thing to be the thing that Ben anything harped on. I also didn't think this was going to be the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be anything. I thought we were just going to do the episode. And that, like, I was like, we have to stop. This is gross.
Yes.
We have to stop. Anyway. Yeah, so it's like, who is this character? Like, who is it? I was like, is it from the past? Is it us? Is it Jed MacKay? Like, who is it? It's his daughter.
Oh no! Okay, cool.
It's his daughter, and it's really sweet that it's like her mom was like, fine,
you can talk to him.
Like you can go for his birthday.
Great, thank you.
And we find out Hunter's Moon hates birthday parties, so he's like off alone. He's just like, Mark better be here. If I have to be here, he's got to be here.
All right,
he's stupid. I hate it.
It's his birthday. He better be there.
Like no, he's up on the roof posing. But like really what it is he was like, we got to go to another party. I know. But like, I just wanted a minute with you.
Oh, okay.
Like, wow, you've really grown.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
That's great.
I'm glad you're here. I just wanted a second with you.
Yeah.
And like, he goes and lists all the people that he screwed over in the past.
Yes.
I'm sure it's not everybody. It's not a comprehensive list. But it is a list.
It's a list of characters that Jed MacKay remembers.
Yes, absolutely.
Like Frenchie and Marlene.
They're all there, and a whole bunch of others. And what it really is about is that he's just like, all of these people, like, I failed them. Like your mom, I failed them.
Right.
All. And I can't make good on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But like he says, I lost them. I failed them. But the Midnight Mission, I can fix because he has the sword. The sword that killed the Midnight Mission, which is a soul stealer.
Oh.
And he commands the sword. He owns the sword's ass, basically.
Okay.
And he's just like, put it back. And so he brings the Midnight Mission back to life. And it is so nice because all the characters who like are part of the Moon Knight, the Moon Knight family, all like had this moment where they're just like what? It's back. Like it's really sweet. Like Moon Knight's like, I can make good on one thing. Like I hurt a lot of people, but like on bad nights, that's what I remember. But on good nights, I think of all the good I've done. Yeah. And like tonight's a good night.
That's great.
And I'm like, this is such a great one-off.
Yeah.
And this is another issue where Jed MacKay's like, hi. Have you not had a chance to catch up on what's been going on? Or like you haven't tried this book yet? Here's an issue. Yeah. Give it a try. It's not the art for the whole series, but you can get a feel for what I'm doing with Moon Knight with an issue like this. And I really like when MacKay does this. He's done this a couple of times where it's like, it's annual, it's a one-off.
Yeah, the little check-in.
There's a little check-in. This is like a little like, hey, what do you think? Person who's not reading Moon Knight. You can pick up one issue and see if you like the voice that MacKay has for the characters that he's either invented or brought back. Reintroduced. Yeah. And for Moon Knight himself. Yeah. So it's like, yes, is it lacking like in like the major action that Moon Knight often has? Yes, but we see some stuff anyway because he can't help himself. Good. But it's just like you get a good feel for his voice for these characters. Yes. And for those of us who have been reading it, it's just kind of nice. It's that beat. It's that moment of like, before we start the next arc, before we get to more action, it gives us a moment to have that action. Have like,
what's that word?
Ma.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the ma of it all. So I really liked it. Good stuff. Art was good, you know. Yeah, for a newcomer. No, it's not. I think Carbone has done a fill-in before. I believe. Makes sense. I believe. But cool. Fun stuff.
Well, we also read the penultimate, I believe, issue of One World Under Doom from Ryan North and R.B. Silva. This is the heroes going out of their way to figure out what exactly is the problem. It's not the penultimate issue. There's still 2 more issues of One World, 3 more issues of
9 issues.
9 issues of One World Under Doom.
So we got 3 more.
How is that possible?
I think it's absolutely possible.
But yeah, the heroes have discovered Doom's sinister plot. Reed Richards challenges Doom to a debate on national television.
Yep.
And that's it. So what's interesting is what this book is doing. Because it is being a Marvel Comics event. It is shepherding the Fantastic Four line. It is focusing on Doom. We're living in a world, try to follow along. We're living in a world where inexplicably there is this massive douchebag that is in charge of everything, seemingly. And a lot of people are kind of just confused about why, but there's also a significant amount of people who are pretty cool with it. And the people who are supposed to be helping us are just scratching their heads, trying to figure out exactly what we can do about it. And finally, they discover that there's this hidden list of people out there that you can find, and they are going to be the downfall of this person. And it's exciting to see that come to light.
That's so like, okay, so like basically by what you just said, whatever I say next, because I disagree with you, is going to make me sound like I'm a monster. So thank you for setting that up. Because like, I think what you're being is obtuse to the fact that there's another undercurrent to this.
What is the
and I
undercurrent?
apologize that you missed it. But the fact is that like, I'm not saying Doom is right, but
No.
I am saying there are moments in this where when he cuts down Reed Richards and every hero.
Oh, he's right.
And I'm like,
oh, no,
but
no.
like, but that's what's so interesting is that like all people will remember is that the heroes inevitably were correct. But I'm like,
but they're not correct
Doom
because like
had a moment where it's just like,
here's what you did wrong.
You didn't share.
Right. Well, I mean, that was the thing I was thinking of
points-
before,
and,
where it was like the Krakoa thing.
Yes, I think what North is doing appropriately is mentioning how easy it is for influencers and the news and whatever to be colored by whatever their beliefs are.
100%.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you can watch a monster do something and then like be like, well, I'm only going to focus on the good things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like be like, no. I do love the fact that they were like, I was like, oh yeah, he was part like that. Reed Richards was part of the Illuminati.
Right.
And I'm like, I always forget Reed is there and I don't know why.
Reed was pro-registration. He helped Iron Man take out the
literally
Captain
always forget that he's on. I'm like, yeah, it's like Iron Man
and Namor
and Doctor Strange and Xavier,
and Reed.
And I always forget Reed was there.
That's funny because Reed is instrumental in
Like,
the Illuminati.
and I'm like, when they put that in there, I was like, oh yeah.
No, like that's the
And
thing
I'm
is
like,
that like Doom doesn't like well because Doom is
Doom's a monster.
Doom is great at manipulation because he's like, here are some truths.
Yes.
And then but it's like, and also you're siphoning
yeah.
like energy from your own citizens.
What
and it's
I'm
like,
saying is,
I'm just agreeing with you.
everybody in that room is wrong.
Right.
For different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, Reed, you did like you've never once gone out there and been like, at least I don't know this because I don't read Fantastic Four, but like you really haven't put yourself out there on Front Street.
They've addressed the patent problem, but like
I meant the Illuminati of it all.
Well, the point of an Illuminati is you don't know about it.
I was part of a big special group because we were all smart. Okay, here's the thing: we know better than the rest of you, right? Because we're all smarter than all of you, and so what we're doing is trying to solve problems before they happen.
Yeah,
but it's okay because we're heroes,
right? Exactly.
And I'm like, you're kind of doing the same. You were doing the same thing he's doing, but he's doing it more showy in front of everybody.
They were like, let's stop a Skrull invasion before it starts.
Yeah, and let's blast the Hulk into space.
F the Hulk.
But you still made decisions for everybody.
They did that after he attacked Nevada.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like, it was a problem. Like that guy.
I think my problem, and like I just have a fundamental. I'll admit, I do not like Reed Richards.
I know.
I think he's a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
I really, truly do. Like, I don't like him. I think he's a creep.
Okay.
I think I just don't care for him. Pedro Pascal did a very nice job of like humanizing him for me, but I don't like him necessarily. So I am often colored to him. I'm also not like a big Doom supporter, other than the fact that like, he wears green.
He's fun.
It is my favorite color.
Yeah.
And I do love his ego, but like,
as a character.
He has an ego, and that's always what his downfall is. And that's what happens here.
Well, naturally.
But like Reed's ego is never his downfall. And I'm like, that's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
You have an ego too.
Right.
You too should get your like slap on the wrist here occasionally.
Right.
But like I really like the fact that like that all happens and Reed's just like, okay, yeah. But this bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, cool, we need to address the bigger thing. The bigger thing is the major problem right now, but we need to circle back to the other stuff.
We're never going to do that.
Like, well, I know. And that's what's so frustrating. I'm like, no, this needs to, like, North needs to make this like wake up call for some of these heroes that have to go. Like, I'm not saying that like what Doom did was correct, but he was right to call us out. And like, maybe we need to change our approach.
Right.
Like, that's always what I've hoped for from what Doom is doing.
Yeah.
Is that at the end of the day, some of the heroes would go like, maybe the way we're doing it isn't the best.
Right. Yeah. No, well,
like,
and the point that I was making originally
from him.
Yeah. The point
But,
that
like,
I was even making originally, which was not to set you up for failure, it was actually it wasn't in any way, but it was actually to transition to the fact that like the book manages to do like it wants to talk about the real world, but also it doesn't.
No, I don't think it wants to do that. I don't think. Yeah, I agree. Wherever you're going with this, like I don't think it wants to talk about the real world whatsoever.
It does because like Dennis Camp is too, and everyone wants to do that.
Sure.
But I also like I think that North is doing this thing where he's like, we can play with the concept of the real world, but also make it distinctly and entirely character driven.
Yes.
And authentically character driven.
Right.
Like Doom is going to be the bad guy at the end.
Oh my God, of course.
But also like, but also I want to make a point about like the greater Marvel universe and stuff like that.
Yes. No, I agree. But I think we all knew from the get-go,
from the jump that like Doom was going to have some kind of sinister plot. Although I think it's kind of lame that there is like a secret like chamber of people.
No, I agree. I wish like, cause like Valeria's like conversation with him, like where he's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like he didn't. Right. So like for this to happen, I'm like, this is kind of like left field, and maybe we need these 3 issues to explain how this isn't left field, which I appreciate. But like from the Valeria conversation onward, I knew that inevitably Doom would get tripped up in terms of like Doom being like, but I know what's right.
Yeah.
I know how to help everybody. It's like that is the problem.
You don't really want to help anybody.
But that's like why Valeria was right to question you. Like Valeria is like in this instance me, where I'm just like, Doom is like helping people.
Right. Technically, yeah.
He is actually helping people in ways the heroes weren't.
Yeah.
And so when Valeria is like asking her family about it and being like, are you sure this isn't like you're not reacting like this just because it's Doom?
Right.
And not just because of the fact that you don't like how it's being done? Like, which is it? Because I think it's more the fact that you're like,
it's Doom and I don't trust him.
Right. And like, you know, like I noticed she's not in this book anymore. I think because she's like too like neutral about it.
She'll show up as 3 more issues.
Right. But it's just like, you know, like their solution to this is so, I don't know, like obvious.
Yeah.
That like I was kind of like, this feels.
I was disappointed as well.
Lazy?
Only in this, like, yeah, I was like,
but also it was really good.
Yeah, it was well written.
It was well executed
and a little contrived. It felt like maybe at the end of Secret Empire where they were like, no, Steve jumps out of the Cosmic Cube. And it's like, no, it was going to be that Steve's history was changed. And then when we go back, we just change Steve's history again back to where it was. But everyone still remembers that Steve was a traitor.
Right.
That's still fine.
Like, it's weird, too, that, like, freaking Maria Hill has, like, kind of become a Deus Ex Machina for this book.
Especially because, like, Maria Hill.
Yeah.
Does she matter?
Yeah.
Why is she wearing a SHIELD uniform?
Right.
Like, did she use a time machine and show up from 2006? It's just weird,
right?
But
like, you know, so like
it's good. Silva's art.
I
there's a moment where she points, and I was like, "Where's that arm coming from?"
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and the faces. It's always the faces.
I don't mind it so much. I just kind of get into it once I get into like the.
It's easy to just lock in and just not really worry about it.
Points that I definitely enjoy. I think I know exactly which panel you're talking about. Is it with Natasha?
No, it was like the end where everyone's making the same facial expression.
Oh, I thought you meant the point thing. I was like, I thought it was that.
No, it might have been. It's just where like it's a profile shot where they're just like pointing.
Oh, okay.
And it just looks like they want it to be this.
Yeah,
but it's this.
Okay.
Like it's a full arm extension, but it's coming from here.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm. This definitely has me though. Like I have to read the next issue. Like what is this?
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh sure. What are we doing? How are we going to get there?
What are we
will
doing?
Doctor
this?
Strange matter?
No, absolutely not. No, not at all.
Is the Asgard book over yet?
I don't know. Like obviously we knew we were gonna watch Doomfall. This is the point in the like
Yes.
run where this would happen, where it has to
Naturally.
blow up in his face. Then we have to.
Yeah, him
Right.
turning off the TV was great. That was fun.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because things
He's
are
like,
out,
no!
out of his control.
Yeah.
The thing I thought that was the most hilarious. It's like obviously with the Krakoa thing. I love that he had to call that out. I was like, well, they were never going to share their cure for death.
No, but also
obviously.
like they did though. Because well, they didn't like
the only one they did it with was
Captain America.
It was different.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really. But the Hank Pym thing, I was like,
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that
I had literally never thought of that. When he said that, I was like, oh
yeah, that was great.
Hank.
Mm-hmm. Well, the problem with this book overall is that, like, yeah, it's easy to point out these problems, but it's impossible to fix them. Because, like, you say, like, oh, they'll change their tactics. They can't. Because it's a comic book about superheroes.
I know.
Like, they literally can't. And it would be a boring ass universe if they did.
But it's like, with like the storm thing, like you could be like, well, she shouldn't change the weather on the earth or whatever. Right? You can make that up. Like, the Krakoa thing, well, Krakoa's over and like, they were all like attacked and all that.
Yeah.
The food thing though, I was like, okay.
But I know. That's really a problem.
Like,
right. There was a funny, there's a great like what if comic book where
like if we're gonna get mad at Hank Pym over something,
it's that.
Let's get rid of that. Let's
it's the abuse and also that.
Yes.
But there's a great Captain Universe, or there's a great what if book where like Spider-Man becomes Captain Universe, but instead of it leaving, it doesn't, and it augments his spider sense, so he feels like danger, and the danger is the existential dread that the Earth is under.
Yeah.
And so he like finds Thor, and he's like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna make it rain, and I'm gonna dig up these things. We're gonna put crops and stuff like that. And Thor's like, what are you doing, man? You can't do that. And he's like, why? And Thor's like, so Spider-Man punches him, and it's just like, yeah, you could do that in a what if book.
Yeah, I know, but like that was so funny to me to like see the giant chickens, and I'm like,
yeah,
it is so obvious.
Also, you could slaughter the chickens before you make them huge. I mean, like that's only more of a problem. It's actually more.
It's really funny to see giant.
It is.
Chickens.
It was fun to draw the giant chicken though, so we're gonna see that.
To just see giant chickens being like,
Yeah. No, I know. It's like that does resolve the issue.
Really funny. Yeah. That's really funny.
In fact, why don't you like butcher the chicken and make like a whole bunch of chicken breasts and then make them bigger?
Yeah. I think, by the way, in terms of like Doom as any sort of allegory for anyone right now, I think the difference is that Doom is legitimately charismatic.
Well, that's the thing. Like somebody,
like Doom is actually more of a cautionary tale of other historical figures in terms of his like charisma.
Yes,
for sure.
Well, and the fact that like he's intelligent.
Yes.
Like it's funny. People talked about like they're like it's like Lex Luthor, and I'm like Lex Luthor would accidentally make things better because he's actually a 12th level intellect. Like the people who would be analogs for this are also like deeply stupid and evil. So it's like it's impossible to resolve. Like you can't draw the parallel. Like Doom would solve problems by virtue of the fact that Doom also is smart.
Yeah.
So would Lex Luthor. Yeah. Lex would have to like Lex would be he's evil.
Yeah.
And would still solve the economy.
Yeah,
but unless either do, but the funniest thing is I think that Doom is less evil than Lex Luthor, but yeah, Doom would never like manipulate the economy to service his own ends. Like I think Lex Luthor would be like, okay, so here's how we're going to work this. Like I don't need people to get rich off of the economy, but I will get rich myself.
And don't forget too, I'm reading this off of the back of reading Gods. The One World Under Doom Gods, written by Ryan North as well.
So it's all connected.
It's all connected. And in terms of like, so I'm coming from that in which we have a character who has a similar reaction to Doom and to Win.
Yes.
That is just like, you're both wrong.
Right, exactly.
You're both helpful, but you're both wrong. Like,
yeah.
Doom, you shouldn't have done XYZ and you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
It's just like, both sides of it are wrong. And so I think that's where we're going
Doom
with
is
this.
Doom has no one-to-one parallel in the real world.
Oh, no, for sure. But I think that's where North wants to land with this. I think right now we're just watching a severe fall for Doom. So I really am hoping that we are going to see that it's like some of these heroes have to go like, I'm not going to say he's right, but like it did make me think.
It's funny.
And that even if they didn't change, and at least they thought about it.
I had a similar reaction to after Civil War where it was like, yeah, did anyone learn anything?
Right.
And I remember being so disappointed because what was the fallout? Like, what was the actual end of it? And it was that they made Steve Rogers in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then he was like, I want the president to repeal the Superhuman Registration Act. Like, it wasn't, maybe there's something there. Maybe there's an idea that we can work with. Maybe there's that and the other thing. Like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to take that away. It's like, I'm not suggesting that was a good idea, but I am suggesting that like the conversation was still being had and that like, half the country disagreed.
Yeah.
Half the world disagreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But fun stuff.
I like this book because it makes us talk much.
That's right.
Because like I definitely feel like when I'm reading this book, I'm meta reading more than I should be.
Well, the book really lends itself to that. This is not a kind of like it's not a turn your brain off kind of story, but B, it's not so heady that it is about it's not Watchmen.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not that. But it is something that I am like weirdly recognizing in myself that like I want desperately to see someone who is as capable and efficient as Doom be a better person.
Yes, you want to see that like there's that potential.
But I don't think that's what we're going to see. And that like
probably not.
I think I'm trying to like my brain's trying to do backflips at this point because I'm just like, but I want that for humanity in general, where it's just like, no, people can change and like he can use his like abilities for good, and wouldn't that be lovely?
I think Doom actually was more of a superhero when he was Iron Man.
I agree. Like, I agree. But like I don't even like I don't expect that in the real world.
No.
Ever.
But you could get it in this fake world.
And that's what it is. It's just like I'm like, that's where I'm like, please don't be too real.
Yeah. Don't
But I do sometimes want that. Like
it'd be nice if I think Luke Cage might admonish the heroes at the end and be like, you all need to learn something from this, and then walk away, because I think that's the only thing you're gonna get.
Well.
I don't even think Luke's in this.
How is Dr. Doom schooling you at all?
Right,
like,
exactly.
How are you letting that happen?
Well,
like,
he
was a monster, but he was a monster in person. I'm not saying the heroes are monsters.
No.
And that's what's so interesting, I think, about Doom is that like Doom always does everything
for Doom
here.
Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm right here and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And like now I'm gonna fail right here too. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm failing hard right here in front of everyone. Not because I wanted to, but because that's what's happening.
No, it's true.
And the heroes are like, like Reed Richards would hide the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Like
well, that was the whole Illuminati don't mean a public forum.
Yeah, for sure. I recognize that. I know that, but it's like everybody knows.
Yeah.
I do think it's also funny that like we are also doing a magic has a cost.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. That's cool.
Which is funny because it's like Doc did the same thing.
Yeah.
In
the Aaron run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was okay.
Well,
like when they had to fight back,
mm-hmm.
like the whole group of monks,
yes,
including Wong, like took every hit for that to happen.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't think anybody remembers that.
No one wants to write about that.
I'm like, we did something like that. Maybe Ryan North remembers that.
Maybe. I read Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, number 3. This is the finale of the series from Charles Soule and Steve McNiven.
Wow, 3. Oh, it's just a 3-issue mini. Are
That's
they longer?
Nope. Oh, yeah, I think they were a little longer.
Okay.
This might be the best Charles Soule Daredevil book that he's ever written. It's just Daredevil Dark Knight Returns, Daredevil The End.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil Reign.
Yeah.
McNiven's trying something with his art, and it's really interesting and different. It's also hearkening back to like a kind of Miller Mazzucchelli kind of like grit and style. The colorist is Dean White. He clearly homages the colors that were evident in like Born Again and 80s comics. So like there are sequences throughout this book that make you think of older, grittier, darker Daredevil stories from like a bygone era.
Right.
The book is about the future, so like we have to think about the past, and especially because this book is like about an old guy who comes out of retirement to kick ass. Like that's such an 80s concept already. But yeah, it's a great finale, a great story. Surprisingly, I don't know, it gets in and it gets out. There's a I don't remember, I'm trying to remember exactly what the analogy is. I watched a thing recently about like when it was about wrestling of all things, where you watch like the heel versus the hero or the downtrodden, and how like you will never overcome the collective enthusiasm and excitement when like the downtrodden punches the heel or takes the heel down. And so you got to get out. Like, you don't stay there.
Right.
And the best action movies, the best action movies.
Yeah.
They have the hero triumph and then the movie is over.
Right.
Because you will never reach that moment. It's like,
No.
you know what's the best example that I could think of right now? The Karate Kid. How many minutes after Daniel LaRusso kicks Johnny in the face are left in that movie?
Yes.
1.
Yeah.
He kicks him in the face. He gets the approval of his master, and the movie is over.
He gets the trophy.
He gets the trophy too. Yeah, because you're already, because the crowd is you.
He has that bonding moment.
They are celebrating. They're screaming their heads off. The heel hands him the trophy.
Yes.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
That's what this book does. It's like the book is kind of about Daredevil, but it's mostly about like the future, but it's really about Daredevil. You know, the new character comes into her own, embraces her powers, does the thing, and Daredevil's just like, then that's it for me. And then when he's done seeing the book,
yeah,
the book is over.
Okay.
Like, it's like, you know, we're not gonna stay 10 years after. It's just the book is done, and we have 3 issues and we're out.
Okay.
And I'm like, what a brave idea. Like, what a brave book this was, where they were like, I'm just going to do this. And Marvel needs to make, this is a DC book. Marvel should make about like 20 more of these.
Sure.
Like, this is what Chip tried to do with that Captain America book.
Yes.
Like, or Avengers book. I don't remember what the hell it was called anymore. No, whatever. The Alex Ross thing.
Yes.
It was triumphant and also decidedly Daredevil. We got this, and a little bit of Punisher. Because you got to get a little Punisher in there. Like there's an entire character that matters to Daredevil in a fundamental way, and we never find out about what happens to him except for 3 panels at the end of this book. Just like boom, 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 and it's just, and almost no words whatsoever depicting what happened to them and why Daredevil quit being Daredevil in the first place. Oh yeah, just did it. Congratulations!
Wow,
what a success! What a success story.
Okay.
Do you have any more?
I do not.
All right,
we did all of mine.
Amazing Spider-Man number 9. This is not drawn by John Romita Jr., though the cover is, and I will say, I kind of like it. I like this cover. I think Romita Jr., you know, this is okay.
I just want to say I'm really looking forward to this because I'm not reading this book.
Yeah.
And so I am looking forward to finding out why you titled or thumbnailed this.
Yeah, who is Spider-Man?
Yeah, what is up with this?
So it's written by Joe Kelly with art by Michael Dowling.
Sure thing.
The last issue, which I skipped and then had to go back because I thought I missed something, and I didn't, even though I didn't read an entire issue, was you know, Spider-Man fought that Hellgate guy.
Yeah.
And
yeah, sure.
so he fights him some more in the last issue, and then like he gets punched really hard, and then this issue happens.
Wait, Spider-Man gets punched hard?
Yeah.
Okay.
The solicitations and the marketing for this book have completely destroyed whatever mystery or like, yeah, whatever mystery Joe Kelly's trying to build with this.
Sure. Because we can't have mysteries.
But it also is
Spider-Man.
so obtuse and weird and uncomfortable and stupid.
What
like,
Joe Kelly's trying to do?
Yes. Like it just doesn't work. So like the idea is that like,
okay,
you know, Spider-Man got punched really hard by Hellgate in the last issue, and now Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and he's not being Spider-Man anymore. Remember when that happened? Remember when Joe Kelly wrote that? Was doing it again, where Peter Parker is sad, and he's down, and he's not going to be Spider-Man
Well, he
anymore.
didn't technically write that part, I think.
No, that's right. He passed that off to somebody else. Well, we're doing it again, but this time written by Joe Kelly. You know, Pete's got his leg in a brace, and his girlfriend like checked up on him and found out that like he never got checked in any hospitals. So maybe he's
Shay.
Shay is like fake. She's like, he's faking his injuries because he doesn't want to deal with anybody, and he's like he's giving everyone the cold shoulder and ignoring everybody and being like just hunkering down and doing his work. Like he's working at that company with that character that like Joe Kelly invented for the story from his past.
From his kidhood.
Yeah, his kid days.
His childhood.
You know, like his childhood, yes. And yet, you know, childhood, yes. Kidhood, no. But like, he's doing his job and he's getting a paycheck and like he's doing a good, and it's just like it's that scene from Spider-Man 2 when he loses his powers and he eats a hot dog while watching like, emergency workers fly away. Like it's him, like things seemingly are going well for Peter because he's like ignoring the people who matter to him and he's just doing his work and he's not being Spider-Man. And it like the whole book is just, why is Peter acting weird? Like, what's this? He fought Hellgate in the last issue, and now he's just hanging. He's just doing this
because he's not Peter. Has he been like punched into being somewhere else?
You tell me. This issue doesn't tell you.
Like, was Hellgate's whole thing is that he actually makes gates, and so when he punched Peter, he punched his like soul out of his body, and his soul is somewhere else.
No. But the issue won't tell you that, and that's like the thing that this book, like, because it doesn't matter who writes Amazing Spider-Man. As long as you don't sell below a certain line, it's your book to lose. So Joe Kelly knows, like, look, in reality, you really only have like 6 issues to tell a cohesive story before you got to like refresh and get to the next thing or build towards something bigger. But I'll never get fired. So like I have 20 issues before I have to like reveal anything. And even if I only do it in the next 2 issues, it's still not enough story to warrant this kind of a surprise, especially when the solicitations have ruined it, which is that Peter's in space and this is Ben Reilly impersonating Peter. But the book didn't tell you that. The marketing did.
Oh, so Hellgate was really a Stargate. And he
Hellgate's
pushed
not
him
anything.
so hard, he went into space.
Hellgate, it's like Hellgate was like, you need to be better. You need to be stronger. I came here to like see if you could like be this kind of champion.
I'm sorry,
I need.
Is this Batman Off-World?
Yeah, it's Batman off. No. It's not like Spider-Man. Maybe Spider-Man's like, oh my God, I can't beat aliens on Earth. I need to go to space and train harder. Could be Off-World. That would be something weird. All I know is like, but also we just like I know it wasn't really that recently because like Chasm exists, but like before Chasm there was this whole run where like Ben Reilly was Spider-Man, but this is now Ben. Maybe it's Ben. I think it's Ben. From what I've seen, it looks like it's Ben. If I'm wrong,
but there's so many others. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a life model decoy.
No, I hope it's Ben because Ben should do it. Like throw away the Chasm crap and just let Ben be Peter while Peter's in space. But he's just aloof and he's like uninterested in connecting with anybody. But he remembers this kid, so like it might be Ben because he's if he gets his memories back because it was all a contrivance anyway, he would remember him because Ben didn't miss that period in Peter's life. Yeah, it's a weird book where there's no Spider-Man in it. He doesn't do anything. He just hobbles around and looks sad. And other people are reacting like, why is he doing that? The book is like, why is he doing this though? And I'm like, I don't care. Or like, you got to make me care. And you're Joe Kelly. You're good at this. Like, I like the first 6 issues of your book. Why is this so weird?
Maybe he asked Doctor Strange or Clea.
It'd be so great if that happened, but he
split him in 2.
Well, and that's the thing.
And so
that's the rumor is that like the first initial rumor was that we were going to get a Spider-Man red and blue situation where it's like, there's going to be space Spider-Man and there's going to be like Earth Spider-Man.
And grumpy Spider-Man who is just Peter Parker,
right,
but he doesn't feel special anymore.
Right, but like we did that when Nick Spencer wrote it. Like we did that when they split Spider-Man.
That's
and there was just Spider-Man with no responsibility and just Peter Parker with no powers. And it was like, we did that.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're going to do it better.
Yeah.
But there is a sequence where, Peter's in his apartment and Mary Jane shows up. And she's like, hey, like, I need you because I'm Venom. And then Venom pops out and Peter just laughs at her and he says, you two deserve each other. It's incredible. He's like, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted to get from the buildup of what you said, it sounded like you wanted to get back together. You two deserve each other.
Oh, I can't wait to find out what character said that. That's
right?
So inappropriate.
I mean, like Ben would say that, but like, but Peter, when he was sad during the not Joe Kelly era, he would also have said that. So I don't know, but he was just like, no.
Now,
whatever the hell this crap
Now,
is,
I
where you're
know-
Venom,
I
I'm
know
out.
it was very long ago that the black costume first showed up when
Yes.
it was a symbiote.
Yeah.
And obviously it was a different take on Venom at the time, but it
Mhm.
was still that character,
Yeah.
that symbiote that like scared the shit out of Mary Jane.
Yeah, when it was Eddie, yeah.
Is seemingly very on purpose.
Well, we did, like,
But I'm
we'd
just
have
saying,
to deal
like,
with that.
But to say like you two deserve each other,
Mhm.
I'm like, ick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ick
Yeah, well.
to that character.
Yeah, but also, you shacked up with Paul in another universe while I fought the Fantastic Four and Captain America to bring you back. Like, it was no one's looking good in this entire world, and that's the problem with this whole universe. It's like why I get why people are like, oh man, you know what's great? Ultimate Spider-Man. It's not uncomfortable and weird.
Yeah.
No one's just like wrong all the time, like everyone in Spider-Man right now.
Right.
It's awful. Also, the art's fine, but it's a fill-in artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, weird. So yeah, but the book wants you to think like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. And I'm like, the book sells no matter what. So it's like, I guess you don't have to try. Like, I want to care, but like, I can't.
Right.
Like, you two deserve each other. People who like this book and people who make this book.
Right. You know what I realized when you were talking earlier about how sometimes you understand why people are like the Marvel universe should have a reboot.
Yeah.
Is that like because of the fact that it can't happen, there needs to be some sort of caution with what they do.
Yes.
And there often isn't, but then there often is because they're just afraid to do anything to move forward. Because it's like, well, if we go too far, then what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So it's like you're going to spin your wheels, but you're also not going to think about what you're adding to the pot because you're just like not thinking that far ahead. But you are like, I don't understand.
Well, like you know what it is? It's like when they reset Fantastic Four, with the same guy who was writing Fantastic Four before, and they put them in blue suits, and they were like, but Johnny Storm has an ugly mustache. Like that's Marvel, where they're like, we're going back to basics, but also there'll be something visually distracting and weird.
Why can't Johnny have a mustache?
Because he doesn't.
When was this? Is it now?
A few weeks ago.
Yeah, but that's very current.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, but that's Marvel to a T. Is Marvel will take like a thing and they'll be like, we're going back to basics, and it won't be back to basics. They don't even go back to basics. They do these weird half measures or these weird cosmetic changes where they're like, here's the thing you want, but it doesn't really look like that.
Right.
Like, or it is almost that thing you want. Like, you know who people like? Ghost Rider. Here you go. He looks like Danny Ketch. Is he? No.
But why?
Because you like how Danny Ketch looks, but I'm old, and so I only like Johnny Blaze. Like, that's Marvel.
Right.
But anyway, weird book. But what was the book we talked about before that?
Isn't it weird that like also it's just like, okay, maybe it'll be really great, but I'm like, wait, is Mark Waid writing this? Because Mark Waid also shot Doctor Strange into space.
He sure did.
Go to space.
Right. But yeah. But you know what he did? You know what's funny about Mark Waid is that like with more because the Asgard book, he'll be back in no time anyway. Like that book is a nothing book. Mark Waid also is like, but Doctor Strange doesn't really belong in space. So like the book will be about how he doesn't belong there and how you'll be excited when he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think a lot of other creatives, when they do these things with these characters, they're like, this is my shot to do something really weird and distinct.
I don't know. Like, yes, but like, I also know that like Joe Kelly doesn't need this.
Oh no, Joe Kelly does not care. No, I'm not judging Joe Kelly. No,
Joe Kelly does not need this book necessarily.
No, Joe Kelly does not.
He's just writing this book.
No. I'm not accusing Joe Kelly of making this weird.
What is he doing in space?
I don't know.
It's funny because it's like
teaming up with Hellgate, fighting aliens.
When he went to space, he got the black costume.
Right. Yeah, so but that was like 45
But
years
it is funny that like he did have Mary Jane show up.
I know, with Venom.
While he's in space.
I know.
Maybe he's gonna come back with a different costume.
Pete's been in space a couple other times, but like
no, in my head, this is it.
I mean, realistically speaking, the most exciting time that he was ever in space was when he got the suit.
Yeah.
But anyway. So what's your book of the week?
Interesting question. I mean, based on conversation, it's probably One World Under Doom.
Yeah.
But Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu was excellent.
Was a nice experience.
Was very excellent too.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to give it to Ultimate X-Men. I just really, really enjoyed it
Mm-hmm.
this week, and having that like moment with Mr. Sinister,
Yeah.
with Meister Sinister, really got me.
Yeah.
You know, just that. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like literally the Kaiser Sose, like
Reveal,
like with the cup. I'm like,
yeah.
oh no!
All the pieces fit together.
Damn it!
I love that. Well, good for Ultimate X-Men, you know.
Yeah.
And I got to give it to Cold Day in Hell. I think that this book was dope. I think it'll be remembered.
Very nice.
And it's getting a hardcover.
It feels like that
Something
kind of
Marvel
book.
never does.
Wow.
I know, because like the DC model is, if it's sold well, here's your hardcover, and then a few months later, here's your trade paperback.
Uh-huh.
We got two monies. Marvel's just like
Two monies.
Just put a trade paperback out. It gives a shit about that.
Get the monies.
But I'm like, Marvel, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. Whereas with Blood Hunt, there is a red
Yeah.
band hardcover and a non-red band hardcover. So like they knew which side their bread was buttered on or blooded on in that case. But yeah, Cold Day in Hell is great. Check it out. Let's jump into some super chats, shall we?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna show them, but like, can you read them from here?
Nah, man.
Yes, you can. You can just read them from here.
No, I can't see that.
No, you will, because it's gonna go on the screen.
Oh, but I'm not playing it actively right now.
Mm.
I have it on pause.
Well, go to the other thing. Just go there.
Here.
Oh, you're not logged in.
No, I'm not. Well, I am. Yo, I got this.
You can't use that mouse.
Oh, okay. Go make it big.
Make it big.
Make it big. We got
Okay.
this. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Bryce Harriet says, hello. Thank you both for wonderful recommendations. I'm super excited for the...
Okay, that's not actually helping.
Like, what are you doing?
I tried to make it bigger.
For the Die sequel in November. Apparently there's a Die sequel in November.
I've heard that. Can you scroll that down? Wait, can you close the super chat thing up there or no? No, you can't.
No.
On the starred thing? That's silly.
Well, you can read it from here.
I can totally read it from here. Thorn Identity says, don't feel bad. I once spent 10 minutes complimenting Joe Kelly for work Joe Casey had written.
This is, you are, I'm not going to out who did that, but let's just say that you're not the only comic book creator out there who has done that.
That's freaking, thank
but,
you.
Yes. I knowing Joe Kelly, not personally, but like having interacted with him, I assume he was cool about it.
Yeah, no, I loved Die, by the way. So thank you for putting that on my radar. Again, I don't usually pay attention to the previews. It's always a surprise for me.
That's right.
But yeah, that book is brilliant. I feel like Gillen, like because of his time on X-Men, just was like percolating on all kinds of his independent projects.
This is fair. Yeah.
I read the last one.
No, you didn't.
Didn't I?
I read Thorn Identity.
No, you didn't.
Matt Fisher, did you know that it's Morphin Clobbering time? No, I did not know that. Thank you.
Little Lions Everywhere says, shout out to your absolute Wonder Woman episode. Thank you. I'm getting volume 1 from my local bookstore this week. She is also my Wonder Woman, and yes, it will be a reread for me. Great.
Nice.
I agree. She's my Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
There she is. I love her. I love her.
That's true. Alexandra Debon Bassard says, hey, Sound Tiff. Sorry I skipped the last 2 back issues. Books are on my reading list. I swear I'll circle back. Also, Venom the Hunger was stupid but fun. Yes, it was.
I love hearing comments like this, though, honestly. Like, you know, if you watch it before reading it and then you go and grab it, I want to hear that too.
Absolutely, I want to hear that.
But if you're like, I want to read it first and then come back and watch it, yes. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy the read as well. And we look forward to you joining our conversation.
I agree.
Dylan
Mushatello.
Mushatello? Thank you for getting me back into comics after 6-year hiatus. Well, you're welcome. And I'm so sorry about butchering your last name. Going through your backlog, I'm surprised not to see Watchmen on back issues. Any reason?
Yeah, everyone's read Watchmen, and there's no point in like, beating a dead horse. Everyone's talked about it. There's a million analyses. The guys have read it, so it doesn't relent itself to that kind of concept. And also, trying to explain Watchmen without other people having a context for it it doesn't lend itself to that.
We appreciate it. We understand that because like the fact is it's a huge book to not have a conversation about.
Yeah.
We've thought about other ways that we might be able to host a conversation like that, but it wouldn't necessarily work for the back issues format necessarily.
Exactly. We thought about other ways of tackling more works.
Yeah, but that's a very fair question, and I appreciate you asking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Alessandre de Bon Brassard says, had to add, I'm reading Gwenpool. It's an intriguing meta comedy.
Yes.
I'm not sure it will stick the landing, but it's better than its awful marketing.
Yes, 100%. It is certainly better than the marketing. Silvery Cricket says Superman, Spider-Man, Venom as brands do just kind of feel like gimmick followed by gimmick rather than a compelling story. That's my personal opinion. Well, I don't think you're alone in sharing that opinion.
Yeah. Hulkzilla says, Sal, my dreams were shattered years ago. Paul, how many years ago? Sal, how old are you?
And honestly, like, the funny thing is, like, Paul, like, I don't care. Remember when Mary Jane hooked up with that firefighter named named Pedro? Like, I don't care. It's more, I'm more annoyed by the Paul meme. People being like, Paul! Like, you'll forever now. If anybody says who's Spider-Man's greatest villain, some unoriginal person is going to say Paul. Just like if ever Batman is brought up in conversation, someone's going to say Martha. Like it's just this terrible joke.
Excuse me. The original answer should be editorial.
Right, Joe Quesada. Yeah, but yeah, and that's the funny thing. At least Paul's replaced Joe Quesada as like the #1 Spider-Man villain.
Yes.
But they sure said it a lot back then. Did you read this?
I read
that one. Danby 900, Daredevil Cold Day in Hell was such a great miniseries. The page where Daredevil on the flagpole and Bullseye on TV was great. Final page is perfect. Agreed. It was a great book.
Awesome.
Really dug it.
H.A. Hawk says, with the new DC universe coming, in y'all's opinion, is the BVS plot more impactful if it happens before they have a relationship a year or decades into it?
I would say throw that entire plot away. Like there is no... Like, I think that if you're going to do, like, a Batman... if we're not talking about the movie itself, we're talking about, like, the new universe in the movies, I like the idea of there being kind of, like, a friction, but that it is, like, immediately dismissed. Like, I genuinely... Like, I love the DC animated universe from, like, Bruce Timm and company, but... and while World's Finest is fun, and it was amazing to see when it first came out, I would they never really got to friendship until like season 1 or 2 of Justice League. Like I would rather it be that there was some animosity, but they quickly understand that they're both on the same side and they have like a friendship. Like I would rather have that than lead. Like the point of Dark Knight and their fight is like that they were friends and then they fight. So it's tragic. If they hate each other forever and then they fight, like who cares? Like that's more like an inevitability. Jamzilla, the Paul dumping was crazy because they put goofy angelic light behind them. It was seriously dumb. I wouldn't have minded Paul if it felt like they cared at all, but he's basically nothing. Yeah, they use in this book, he was a prop. The angelic lighting, they're making fun of the audience. They're like, oh, it happened. That's why she said a one-dimensional line. It's weird. It was weird, and I can't wait for the next issue to see if it's like if they really think you're stupid or if it's like part of something.
Typical Spider says, I wonder if the Black Sun twins' army of orphans inspired Batman to eventually create his army of orphans.
Oh, I mean, anything's possible. But yeah, that's funny. I can't.
He's like,
I like that. But what if it was for good, though?
That's what I'm going to take away from this.
I hope that someone uses Ione someday. Matt Fisher, I like Lamp, and hi, I'm Super Nintendo Chalmers. Great references. Thank you so much.
Batman says, absolute universe got me back into comics, and I'm on my 3rd short box. Nice. Wow, I love that. Appreciate y'all for making my mornings at work more enjoyable.
Happy to do it, man.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Matt Fisher, that's not Ben. It's a human wreck wrap. Oh, no.
Please, no.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Amazing if it was wreck wrap.
Pop Culture Guy 3000 says, I met Joe Kelly at a con last month and had him sign my U.S. copy. Wait, I can see this on here. I don't have to read over there.
Oh, great.
I was like, this one's longer. I met Joe Kelly at a con last month and had him sign my U.S. copy of Tezukomi Volume 2, and we jawed about our favorite Osamu Tezuka manga. We both thought Ode to Kirito would be an amazing TV miniseries. He had a story in it, by the way.
Nice.
Which I really love the idea of Joe Kelly being like, yes, I mean, obviously because I like it and it's art and lovely, but, also because, something in it too. Wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. No, Joe Kelly is, if nothing else, very conversational.
Yes.
I've only met him one time, and it was very emotional.
Yeah.
And but he was magnanimous about it. Like, he very much was like, he understood, and like he was interested in what I had to say.
Yeah.
And he was happy to have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like we were like best friends or whatever, but he wasn't dismissive of anything. He was like, he was engaging and just a lovely human being.
That's right.
And you know, if you ever have a chance, like, don't give him a hard time about Spider-Man, guys. Talk to him about his other stuff.
That's right.
Trust me, he's a lovely human being.
Yeah. The infamous Mike Manhattan. Is MJ just Jenny from Forrest Gump at this point? No, because there's history. Like, there are more good MJ stories than bad.
Joshy20 says, of the X solo books, in addition to Storm, I'm also enjoying the Psylocke book written by Alyssa Wong, who also wrote DC Spirit World, one of DC's best miniseries in the last 5 years.
I didn't know Psylocke had a book.
I did. I think we knew that. Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's recommend some comics that come out this week that we think you should check out.
Absolutely. I thought there was going to be more conversation about that. I was like,
no, I think it's great, but I haven't read any Psylocke. Let's see here.
I actually do have my list.
Oh, great.
I don't have it, like, I don't know what I'm going to say yet. But
No. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #3 is coming out. I'll read it, but I bet it's not great. Fantastic Four 2, Ryan North.
Wait, it's the 13th one? Okay, yeah, good. Hi, we're good. I'm
That's
here.
right. Yes, that's coming out on the 13th.
I'm with it, and I am totally looking at the same books that you're looking at now.
Fantastic. Batman Dark Patterns #9. Amazing series.
I heard you don't like that book at all.
No, I love this book.
I know you do. Do not.
I know you
even
do.
Pretend.
Don't
Don't even pretend. Because he literally loves this book. You know what? I'm going to catch up on Bug Wars this week. I think I'm going to try to do that because issue 6 is coming out, and that's such a weird book that I'm like, yeah, all right. What? Power Fantasy #11.
Look at that cover.
After the last issue, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't even try to pretend.
Yeah.
I don't even try to pretend.
Yeah.
I love this book. I think it is just a stunning examination of superheroes and just the way the world works. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe sometimes when I'm reading One World Under Doom, I'm thinking power fantasy as well, because it's like they're dealing with similar motifs. But just with characters you don't know versus characters you do know, who have to have an ongoing versus characters who don't have to have ongoings.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Predator Kills the Marvel Universe #1 is dropping on Wednesday. Hooray. Can't wait. I'm very excited. Rumor has it you might see some Kraven in there.
Excuse me. You are excited about a Predator book? Weird.
Yep. Weird.
What?
Trinity Daughter Wonder Woman #3 is coming out. I'm excited for this series. I like it very much.
I completely forgot to read the last issue, so I feel like I should definitely try to catch up on that as well. I just totally forgot it came out. I don't know how. You know, you very much like it, and I'm just like, what? Who?
Interestingly enough, there is a new volume of quick stops from Kevin Smith. This one is Chasing Amy, which is the book that Holden McNeil writes.
Oh.
And I guess draws also, technically, in that universe, about his relationship with Alyssa Jones. So I'll be excited to try that out. We'll see how that goes.
All right.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, this looks like it'll be a nice little catch-up week for me, which I kind of like that.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
No, I do. I'm looking through it. I'm like, is there any random book that like is like sunk in here that I'm just not seeing right now? Because sometimes that'll happen where I'm just like, oh, I didn't see that was coming out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab that. So just because those are the only things I said for right now doesn't mean those are the only things I'm going to be reading.
This is always true.
You never know, because when I actually go on,
then you're like, whoa!
I'm like, all right, that looks good.
Yeah.
Because they do like that little preview thing they give you, where you can read like the first couple pages. That has helped to make some choices for me, definitely. Where I'm just like,
typically on the purchasing side of it.
Yes, very often on the purchasing side, where I'm just like, I'll keep looking at a cover over and over again. I'm
like, what's in here?
All right, I'm gonna look at it.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I have to know. I have to know.
Love it.
You have to let me say it.
That's why, like Josh Williamson and myself, we like when the comics on the rack are not in a bag and board. preemptively.
Yes. Like if you're looking at like, but I also do like it because it makes it easier to go through the back issues boxes.
Well, I'm just on the rack.
Oh, on the rack.
New releases.
Why would they be on?
That's a thing. It's a thing and it's a split decision. A lot of people have very strong opinions about whether they want their new books.
Really?
When they come out of the box from the distributors, they go right into a bag and board and then onto the shelf. So that when you buy your book, it has almost never been touched by human hands.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
What?
I do not like that, but I do understand going behind them.
Oh, sure. By the way, I want to call out someone in chat mentioned this. You're absolutely correct. This is Bug Wars finale.
Oh my God, it's over.
So
you read like what issues 1 and 2, and then you were like, "Well, I'll catch up."
I think I read half of the series, thinking I had like a lot more to go.
Yeah, no,
no, but that's great. I mean, that's I'm like perfect, done. That's exciting for me. I like when series go on for a while, for sure.
But
some of them, but it's also nice. I like an ending.
Yeah.
I like an ending.
I do too.
I like an ending. I was just thinking the other day when we were cleaning up, I found that what the heck was that Kieran Gillen book? We have like it was a graphic novel that came out.
Oh yeah. I will never remember the name of it.
I was so excited to find it. I was like, did you ever get a chance to take a look at it?
I looked through it. I didn't read it.
Dang. You'd read that one issue of Batman I told you to read. That was it.
Yeah. The Batman Chronicles.
Yeah, so here's something random too. I will buy a bunch of like random one-offs, right? That hopefully one day I'm going to read. And then randomly, what will typically happen is I'm cleaning, which is what I was doing. We were reorganizing our office. I was like
at home, not
at home,
office.
trying desperately to like figure some stuff out. And I came across a single issue of something that I was like, oh, I didn't remember like where this went. And it was the Batman Chronicles. And I was like, why did I buy this? And I opened it up and never seen it before. It was an old issue from like...
It was issue 1.
Who knows when?
Yeah, or 3?
I don't know. I think it was issue 1. I don't know. But it's like 3 stories in there, right? And I think they're all like, they're not continuing. It's just you read this one
they're just
story.
one-offs. They're just little stories.
And there's just this one issue in there. And it's just about Jim Gordon at like some period in his life where I was just like, hey, Sal, can you help fill me in on what's going on in Jim's life right now? After I read it. But I was like, this was weirdly so compelling and so good. I was like, look at Jim.
Yeah.
Being Jim. And like also kind of gave you a little insight on like...
Yeah. On Batman's relationship with a particular character from the Bat family.
In there. And like, it was just fun. It was a totally Jim-centric little story.
Yeah.
Just maybe 12 pages, maybe 15. I don't know.
I think it was less. Yeah.
It was just like it was paced well. It was exciting. Batman shows up at one point.
Yeah. As he should.
It was just good. But yeah, so it's just like randomly things will pop up and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be a week for that too. I don't know.
Let's
but
hope.
More than likely, hopefully I'll just pick up some extra things on Comixology and catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Marvel like Predator versus
Predator kills the Marvel universe.
Yeah. How's that gonna it's their universe?
Well, it's its own universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
2 different artists on this, huh?
Oh. Well, that's
no, that could be good. Maybe it's like some past.
That'd be cool.
Present.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I saw some preview art and it looked good.
And we talked about this, that Ben Percy's image on League of Comic Geeks is like everything I've ever thought of whenever I think
looks
of
like
Ben Percy.
He looks like
it's just
like a dating profile for mountain men.
that voice,
or like a Suicide Squad member's like profile in Amanda Waller's like dossier.
But when you see that photo of him,
yeah, when you hear him, you're like,
and you hear that voice, you're like, yes,
yeah,
that face makes that sound.
Yeah, when I saw him at San Diego, I was like, hey, we gotta have you back on the show. And he's like, we gotta talk about the Yautja. That's what he said, verbatim. We're gonna talk about the Yautja. And I was like, yeah, man, I love that Spider-Man thing. He's like, yeah, if you think Craven's not coming back, you got another thing coming. I was like, that's amazing.
Next time you do have him on, tell him that your wife calls it the Yautja.
I thought it was the Yautja myself, but it's Yautja.
My wife says it's this.
It's Yautja. And he's like, well, it's not.
Well, you didn't invent it. And I also disagree with the person who calls it
Yautja.
A GIF.
Oh, a GIF. Yes, that's right.
Well,
we're not here to talk about that
because that's incorrect.
We need to belabor a point that was expertly made by me. But yeah, so we want to thank you so much for hanging out with us. Listen, before you go, you should make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to pre-order Casey Jones if you were interested in that. Today's the last day. But also, if you want to watch Tiffany play video games, typically she does that on twitch.tv/compop or youtube.com/compopplays. All links for everything we do is in the description below this video if you want to check those out as well. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time with another episode of Off the Rack here on youtube.com/compop returns. If you want to help us out more directly, you can do so patreon.com/compop. But the only way to really get the meat and potatoes of what we do here is by subscribing to the channel and seeing us when we come out. So we We want to thank you for catching the show live. Thank you to Super Chatters for sponsoring today's show. And thank you to the chat for being cool and respectful. And, of course, thank you to our Tuesday Warriors who check the show out after the fact. You do sound off in the comments, and I do appreciate you. So thank you so much for that.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, Tiffany, for being on this show. We do appreciate it. It makes the show what it is. And we will see you guys next time with another episode.
And who knows what the set will look like then?
That's right. Stay tuned at least to see the third iteration of this show.
You have to know.
Fourth, the third in phase 2 or phase 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too. You don't know. I don't know. I didn't even know that the show's going to look like this today. I just tried it out. I was like, here, let's see how this works. And you came in, you were like, no. And I was like, right on. Yeah. Okay. No. Well, it's all plugged in, so we have to start. And you're like, well, fine.
I was a little like that.
And yeah, you were right to do it. but we'll see something different.
Well, we'll get it working.
Same time, same channel, different set. See you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.